Greetings, everyone. My name is Sai, and welcome back to the Plunderer Boob Club. With me today, as always, is my lovely co-commentator, Isaiah. Welcome to the show.
Ohayou gozaimasu. Yoroshiku ne.
Fucking weeb.
I don't even think I used the right ones, but
yeah, probably not. Knowing us, fake Jeff. Fuck yeah. Why are we even trying? Like, we're not. But like, fucking. Hey guys, Bing Bong Ching Chong. Fucking. That's my Japanese intro for today.
It's a good thing your channel's already dead,
isn't it? Though. Yeah. I made the Bing Bong Ching Chong joke in the fucking Psychopaths video.
Oh, of course.
Which surprisingly went over. Right. Yeah, which surprisingly went over better than I thought. I didn't have any, too many angry comments, which was nice.
Yay!
Yay!
No, compare that to the Sonic Mania video. That's where all the angry comments were.
The Sonic Mania video is good though. That's what I don't understand.
No, it's
like I've said before. I wish I was less combative at the start. Like I start the video like, "Oh hey, Sonic Mania sucks," and you're dumb for liking it. I wish I hadn't done that because I feel like I actually had some good points to make. But other than that, I do believe that I'm still right about that.
Yeah. Well, also, I'm too young for this shit. Is like the most fucking.
That's a great title. I don't care what anyone says.
I like.
That's super relevant and super funny.
I like the title, but it also is just fucking the ego.
Oh.
And I mean, that's your character. It's fine.
Yeah. Right. Character, of course. Yes.
It's very on brand.
It's an illusion. It's something I'm putting on, of course. Yes. I'm not just an asshole in real life, of course. Yes.
Of course not. No, yes. I've spent a week with him, and I can confirm he's the exact same. He's the exact same.
Pretty much, honestly. Honestly, I'm really not putting on much of a character. What you see, I might occasionally yell and scream a bit more than I would in reality, but just for the sake of comedy or whatever the hell. But 99% of the time, it's an unfiltered take. Listen, Vaporwave, you can shut up.
Yeah, didn't you say you had a story to explain about why you were the extra 10 minutes late?
It's not much of a story. Okay, so for people watching the VOD, our stream was started 10 minutes late. We were supposed to start at 6, it is now 6:11, so it started 8 minutes too late. The reason for that is because I wanted a Coke, and so I went and bought a Coke. I hope that was fascinating. I'm glad Isaiah made us pause our conversation so I can explain that to you.
Well, I already put that in the chat, but earlier when you showed up, when you fucking got back, you were like, I somehow found a way to be late, but we can talk more about that in the stream. So I thought there was a story here.
Oh no.
Something interesting happened.
For the full context, before the stream started, me and Isaiah jumped to the Discord call 20 minutes early. I got everything set up, and I was like, cool. And then he was like, great, we won't be late this time, because last week we were 20 minutes late. And then I'm like, oh, I'm sure we'll find a way. And then at the last second, I'm like, hey, I want a fucking Coke. Bye.
Oh, yeah.
And so I left and went and got a Coke. And so, yes, we found a way to be late, regardless of being early.
There we go.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, your everyday protagonist. It took a lot of fucking effort to drive the 5 minutes down to the store, pay for it in 1 minute, and then get it back in 5 minutes.
Whatever, man.
By the way, I talked last week a bit about Disco Elysium at the start of the stream.
Yes, you did.
And I wanted to do the same thing here again today, because I was playing it again today. I'm going at it a lot slower than I want to be, because I've got shit tons of work, which is just stealing away, vampiring away. That and actually making a surprising amount of progress in part 10, but we can talk about that in a minute if you want.
Yay!
Yeah, I know, right? Between work and actually doing a decent amount of shit for part 10, I haven't had much free time, so I've been going pretty slow at the game. But there's a scene, there's an area you can find in the game where these two old guys are playing they're playing what I believe to be a fantasy sport sort of thing, sort of like curling or they're playing a game with balls, like billiards but on the street or some shit. It's like a fantasy thing, and I think it is. I might just be dumb, and it might be a real thing I don't know about. Anyways, the thing is, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a fantasy thing because your character who has amnesia doesn't know what it is, which is generally a stand-in for the game saying the player isn't supposed to know what the character is. Or the character in the game, whatever. Point being, you walk up to it and you're like, what is this? And the physical instrument, which is the attribute which governs like your physical bodily strength and whatnot, goes, well, or actually, I'll just send you the fucking screenshots I took of the fucking thing. Because I've sent this to my friend Joe earlier, and I feel like me or you reading it might be funnier than me trying to poorly act it out.
Probably.
Just a little bit. And I can also put these on screen for the lovely people at home.
Hey,
okay. So, right? Yeah. So that's the first one. And this is the second one. And I'll throw them on screen.
Let me see this.
So you walk up to it and physical instrument goes, these manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first, ask questions never. And you say, shouldn't I ask what game it is first? No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game. And then hand-eye coordination goes, you are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work. So you have the option to feel the ball. The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it, probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps and learning and scars of victory. And then the next text box says, already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready. Take in your surroundings. A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, and even the wind. Everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball. There is time for a last glance inward. Who am I? An embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency. And the last option is the inertia can be contained no more than a bullet leaving a gun. Let go. Be the bullet. And then you throw the ball into the ocean and they get mad at you. Like, hey, what the fuck you doing? This game is so good. The writing is so fucking good. I love it.
I gotta try it out.
I love it so much. This very well is probably gonna be my game of the year.
Along with God Hand.
I was going to say, yeah, I think God Hand's the better game, but it also didn't come out this year. It came out 20 years ago. So of the games actually released this year, I think Disco Elysium is the best one at the moment. And I doubt anything's going to top it. So I quite don't have like much time
left.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And also there's generally bad games coming out this year. Anyways, that's just the fun little thing I found at Disco Elysium that I wanted to share because I fucking love that game.
Yeah.
And we need it to fill time anyway.
No, yeah. Now that we're done filling time, we can go back to filling time with a recap. And don't worry,
fucking paper we've been chat. Dang, Plunderer got weird. Because it wasn't weird already.
No, not at all. Just normal shit. So yeah, Dan, I'll answer your questions while we go over the recap really quickly. So in volumes,
last time on Plunderer,
volumes 5 and 6. So they went back to the past. Shenanigans happened. This dude with a fucked face stole everyone's stars that they left in their desk for some reason, but they got him back.
A dude with goat's eyes and fucking
fucking a JoJo character showed up. Fan service
for JoJo, honestly.
True. Fan service. Their Ikaros made a cameo. They got left in the wilderness by Alan, which is a fun chapter, and they decided they were going to be the non-killing army. But then, after multiple months of training to better their skills, Jail finally did some research on how the aces were formed. And so we followed Schmerman beneath the school where we saw David, the bad guy from the first chapter, alive and well, and he for now. That is where we saw a ballot that resembled Hina, to answer Din's question earlier. So this is apparently called an original ballot. They were some of the first made. And not only do they give you superpowers, but they let you control all things. And for whatever reason, they were experimenting on animals with them beneath the bottom of the school. So Jail ran into Nana. Nana gave him a SD card of future events to look through. Alan caught them. That
sounds like a joke, but it isn't.
Yeah, it's not. It's literally what happened. Alan caught them, but he got over it. They did some more training. They chose Brihito to be their captain. Schmerman reluctantly decided to experiment on Rahito to make him the first ace. But just as things seemed like they were going to work out, the helicopters came back with a vengeance and they bombed the school. And that is where we've left off, with multiple characters dead, helicopters more than ever, and Rahito's still in the middle of surgery. Hey, Brett, I'm glad to see you made it, and I hope I answered your questions well, Din. So yeah, nice. Chapter 24 is where we're starting off at.
The smiles, the memories, all taken away.
Man, this
is exactly dialogue from Shadow the Hedgehog.
Wait. Like, you have to go back to the first page too, because that one's fucking good too.
On that day, our school burned.
And just in case you didn't know why it's called the Waste War, this is a war for the disposing of people.
Yeah.
Get it? Because the people were waste.
Yeah.
Man, this photograph sure is a familiar framing.
Sure is poignant.
Yeah, it's. I feel like this would be a lot better if we, like, say, had an arc dedicated to just a couple of these characters in the background. You know?
Yeah, instead of none of them.
But yeah, as we've made clear, sorry,
Isaiah trying to summon a demon live on stream.
Yeah, I guess I'll read the first chapter since that's
okay. Yeah. Also, again, I said it as a passing comment. The more I think about it, the more true it is. Like, you know how Shadow the Hedgehog lost his fucking memory in his game?
Yeah.
Like, and then, like, think back to, like, Maria. Like,
Maria!
Like, yeah. Like, the smiles, the memories, all taken away. I can literally hear him saying that. Exactly,
I can still fucking hear, like, Ichinose, I promise you, revenge!
Yeah. Fucking God.
Okay.
we had a brief reprieve from the Edge last time, but it's back in full force here.
Oh, full force, baby. Full force.
More so than ever, honestly.
So we open up the soldiers gunning down Doan and Sonohara. As we can see, he's stuck by her and is protecting her. Very important.
That's out of character.
Yeah, I mean, as I pointed out last stream, he's been specifically watching over her, even though he seems to bully her. So that's something to keep in mind. Then we turn the page and he has a fucking, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger moment where he's just, I really like this page though. Just the fucking, God damn it all! Yeah.
Okay. There is a Shadow the Hedgehog. I like that. So there's a role-playing system called Cyberpunk 2020, which is what's being adapted in a Cyberpunk 2077. And it's full of all these fucking insanely bizarre, like, very, like, 90s, 80s, like, represent, like, pictures, you know, like, what is cool, like, what is hip or whatever. And of course, it's all incredibly out of date. But just, like, his specific pose here looks like as he is, like, firing a gun one-handed that looks like it's supposed to be fired like two hands very carefully, just like firing it full auto. Looks like something out of that fucking book. Like, that book is full of like shit like this.
Daniel in the chat, he's wielding Chekhov's gun.
Dude. Fuck yeah, that's good shit.
Fucking to just slide through the narration as fast as possible without actually having to read it. Basically, the UN have fucking conspired against Japan, and this is where the war has started. So we turn the page, and nasty fan service happens. But then jail.
What the fuck, Minazuki? Like,
I know it's such a regression for him to just.
Yeah, like, not only have we had like less and less fan service recently, but like
it's at the worst of times.
Yeah, but like, and it's not like this is being depicted as a horrible, terrible act. Like, I mean, the faces are like, no, but like the boobs are like very well drawn, and like the the lingerie is lovingly detailed, and it's like I get the impression we're supposed to find this erotic, which is fucking bizarre.
Thing. Like, you can depict like I get how it works thematically, like war shit soldiers do, also like this isn't something out of character for soldiers to do in war, but the way that
maybe the way they're being like is out of character.
Well, no, yeah, obviously they're
cartoon villains, unfortunately.
They are cartoon villains, yes, but like I mean, it happens, and it's
Yeah, it does happen.
Japanese.
Absolutely. Yeah. But like the way this is depicted as something we're supposed to enjoy. Yeah.
It very clearly is not.
Yeah.
But anyway, Jail being the expert fucking strategist.
And for the record, I do want to say, as someone who does indulge in quite a few incredibly fucked up fetishes.
Oh no.
I don't think there's anything wrong with like liking rape shit and like being attracted to this, but like I'm just saying that like in the context of trying to tell a serious story, like if you like rape dojins or whatever hell, that's fine. But like you probably agree with me that like inserting that into an otherwise mostly straight story, feels incredibly out of place.
No,
right?
Yeah, it's like the story. If you're going to include that,
like I like lolis, but like if we had like a bunch of loli fan service out of the middle of nowhere in a fucking this incredibly edgy like teenage fucking manga, that would feel out of place just as much as it is here, right? So I'm not speaking to the edginess of it. I'm just saying this is tonally deft. Is deft the right word? Totally deaf, yes. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're going to include like a scene like this, you need to be prepared to like actually
explore the concept,
it, and not just be like, look at it. Okay, moving
not
on.
Just be like, hey, look, tits.
Yeah.
Well, okay. There's a thing that To Love Ru does where every single chapter has to have tits at some point. Like you can't not. And so there are occasional like serious chapters with like actual plot happening in To Love Ru, as much as I hate to break from my narrative and it's just shit. There are occasionally plot chapters, but even in those plot chapters, there will be just a page or two where like fucking someone trips and their boobs spill out, or some incredibly contrived thing happens, and then we have our fucking quota of boobs. This feels like a quota of boobs.
No, very much so, especially because like it's gone like immediately after.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like it's just there, and then it gets shoved under the rug. So I sometimes I wonder if this is like Minazuki or if it's like editorial staff, like actually just being like, no, we need some of this shit, Sue. This is your bread and butter.
I don't know.
But either way, it's
again. I'm as I read more of this and find just like the same sort of problems cropping up again, I become less inclined to give him the benefit of the doubt.
That's fair. That's why I'm also saying like I don't know, and either answer wouldn't surprise me.
Right.
My main thing that leads me to think that it's editorial is just because like even at the start of the manga, all the panty shots were inked out for the first 10 chapters, and so I don't know. It just seems like a weird shift. But anyway, moving forward, Jail being the fucking tactical genius he is, shouts, "Smoke screen!" like he's using the Pokemon attack.
I know, right? That's a really good comparison point. Yeah. Fucking Torkoal, you smoke screen. Torkoal.
Like the point of using a smoke screen is to confuse and surprise your enemies and leave them bewildered. I don't think announcing like I am going to blind you,
like sneak attack, to be fair, this is less stupid than shouting like for sneak attack. The point of a smoke screen, I wouldn't say, is to confuse people. It's just like disorient them, so they can't see.
I know, yeah. That's why I tried rewording it after, but still, it's like, fuck.
I don't think it's that stupid. Okay, like I don't. In a better written manga, I wouldn't mind, but like. It's not like it doesn't defeat the purpose of using a smoke screen to shout smoke screen.
It does,
but like I'm just saying, like it is incredibly obvious that like he put it in there because he doesn't trust the audience's ability to know what it is, and so he needs to explain it. And so we're making fun of it because it's a bit of shitty writing, not necessarily because it's like wouldn't possibly happen.
No, yeah, and you could also make the argument that like he's saying it for his ally's sake,
right? Yeah, exactly.
But
again, I would say it's mostly just shitty writing.
Yeah, it's a funny thing out of context.
Also, now that I've like stared at this page for so long, I just realized that like why are there so much like white space when he could easily have made that panel like bigger to fit.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that. That is really weird. And
again, maybe it's just because like there would have been the like the page indent right there and like an actual physical manga that isn't there.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Maybe, yeah.
But still, either way, it does look weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, we get next page. Fucking cool ass shot of Tokikaze. I gotta say that's badass as hell. Oh, and another detail that I like is that the makeshift smoke screen that he got is just bags of flour.
Yeah, by the way, I was going to say, what the fuck is this smoke screen? So it is just bags of flour.
No, they even say flour.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
No, yeah. So I like that.
Because they brought their chemical detector with them, and they instantly know exactly what it is.
Anyway, so they beat the shit out of the soldiers. Hina, having learned first aid, can now be useful and actually uses it on Genji. Blah, blah, blah. Fighting bullshit. Jail's about to get shot, but Alan shoots at them. And he tells them to make a barricade. So girls are crying, and they're all like, wars are forbidden until April of next year because of the owl thing. And yet, those guys have... So he calls up Ferenda for answers.
Here we see Sumizuki's traditionalist view of gender roles, where the men are all being useful and stacking a barricade while the girls just huddle and cry in the corner.
Well, I mean, Lynn and Hina were being useful, but yes, these girls are huddling and crying.
It is funny that there's only guys doing the barricades in the last page, and there's only girls sitting crying on the floor here.
No, yeah, I get that. No, I know what you mean. But anyway, so he calls Ferenda, and she says, as I predicted, they approved an amendment in secret. We are still decoding the language behind the all thing. That means we can't determine who voted for what. And there are 7 originals that have the voting ability. 3 of them are here in this country. But the other 4, more than half of the total, are in other countries. That means all the other countries have deceived us. On the day when we voted for the prohibition against war and the use of nuclear weapons, most likely the UN still had the L thing. I can't even voice her right because her face is throwing me off.
Well, the idea is she's supposed to be like a fucking like Nazi scientist type who like loves the idea of like suffering and war and pain and shit.
No, yes, I know.
Like honestly, like the voice might come easier if you actually legit use a German accent.
I'm not going to do that.
Fair enough. Just saying, she's obviously a Nazi stand-in.
Do you think they're going to do that for the dub?
Funimation's done more tasteless things in the past.
Anyway, so they fucking changed the prohibition to September instead of April when it was supposed to be. So Alan, realizing that she is a crazy bitch, says, Ferenda, are you laughing? And she says, how silly, as if I'd be so imprudent at such a time. More importantly, hurry and retreat. They're likely underneath the core, underneath the school. I'd say their plan is to kill us all and take their time searching, don't you? And everyone's still freaking out, and they're like,
the Uranus system core.
Variable wing core?
Yeah.
But Alan says, don't worry. There's still a JSDF garrison nearby. Help will reach us if we last 30 minutes. But classes B and C were in the quad. They were all killed. And Alan, I gotta say, Alan's pretty damn hot. Just gotta throw it out there. I just gotta say.
I don't know why he's using the seductive eyes in this time of fucking chaos and death.
Yeah, the top panel's a little weird. The middle panel's
like, hi,
normal.
Student, how you doing?
Yeah.
like hey. Your classmates are being killed outside right now. You want to get on a date, and you almost got raped. By the way, your underwear is really cute. Like, fucking, what tone are we going for here, Minosuke?
Can't leave the job unfinished.
Fuck you.
But I do love Alan. He's great.
Again, if we leave out the first panel, do the second one, it's fine. Like the first panel is really fucked.
But I will say he is very handsome.
Whatever. Okay, that's not what I'm focusing on right now.
Whatever. Anyway, so he says, "Don't worry, I'll protect you." And I told you, didn't I? Help will come soon. Look, see that outside? What? Why are you laughing?
I'm just fucking. I'll tell you in a second.
Okay. So he says, look, see that? Outside this window, on the other side of the mountain is the garret, and then the nuke hits! And you see a blinding light, and then, boom, nuke. And it's a fucking incredibly done page. Both, like, the blinding light and the fucking actual, like, nuke hitting the mountainside. Like, how much fucking time did that take to shade?
It is very pretty.
It is
now, if you want to know what I was laughing about, I was laughing because the exact second the nuke hits, everyone's just like, hey, everyone, look outside. Isn't it pretty?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it convenient that we're all looking outside the window already when the nuke hits? Like, would it have been too much for them to just be in normal conversation and then just get distracted by the blinding light like they would and then look out the window?
Fair, but you know,
what's the point? You're like, hey, everyone, look outside. It's like it'll be more poignant when everything explodes.
And yes, Ivan, it would fucking kill your eyes.
Oh yeah, they're all blind. They're all blind,
Right,
and the rest of the show is about them, like, you know, fucking trying to fight evil forces while they literally can't see shit, and
that's
have
why
to just,
they wear
like,
masks.
Exactly, yeah.
No.
Fucking. Anyway, yeah, they're all blind, every single one of them.
But yes, they also amended the ban on nuclear weapons, which was supposed to be fucking permanent. So they really got snaked out. And then someone shoots an RPG at them.
RPG!
Yeah.
Role-playing game!
Gun! Bullet!
Have you seen that one?
Oh, no, I thought you were just fucking calling back to the smoke screen.
Oh no, not that. That is funny. There's fucking. Is it a Lowly Conics video? Hold on, I need to find those.
Oh, I love that channel.
Yeah, Lowly Conics is good. Yeah, Extremist Lilies. Yeah, it is Lowly Conics. Nice. I'm gonna just throw this on stream really quick.
Okay.
There's your link.
Thanks.
Fuck it, we weren't doing anything else more important. I mean, a nuke hit, but whatever. I don't care. One of these has got to be like fucking. Yeah. Window capture. Yes.
Role-playing game.
Yeah.
The fucking deaths after really. Oh my god.
That's good shit.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Anyway, so after they fire the role-playing
anyway, the
game,
guy like, yeah, role-playing game.
We cut and we see that Alan, being the Giga Chad he is, single-handedly held back the barrier
against the explosion.
Yes. With
Don't
school desks, you know, they're fucking impervious to me.
Yes, they're made of adamantium, as you all know.
Yes. So he says, geez, you don't just use an RPG like that. Glad they suck at this. Because that's why he lived. We need an explanation. They suck at shooting guns. Anyway. So he says, although
I like that line. Like, honestly, like, as throwaway dialogue goes, that's actually pretty good.
No, it's not bad. No, like, yeah. It's a nice.
Why aren't we all dead? Because I shot a missile at us. They suck at shooting, and like that's why we took damage, but we're not dead. And that makes sense in a world where like poverty is everywhere and like war has been abolished for a while, and like guns are limited. So like again, as throwaway lines go, it's pretty good.
No, it is pretty good.
There should be more of that in this manga,
and less of
repeating what someone just said.
It's been a while since we had the last one, though.
Only because we're not focusing on it. I'm sure if we went back to saying ruled by numbers, we'd find them all over the place again.
No, there was a few pages back, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
He was getting called by. Oh yeah, they went core. But granted, that makes sense because they don't know what that means. Well, whatever. Anyway, so he tosses Jail his walkie-talkie, and he says, "Ferenda will guide you to the escape route. Take everyone and get the hell out of here. What about you, Captain? I'll stop them here. Can't do anything while protecting you kids. Go. I'm counting on you. Don't make me watch any more of these brats die." So they bring everyone out. And he says, "I'll leave it to you, shitty Four Eyes." And now we see he's fucking dead. Not really. He should be dead, but...
Man, it looks like one of the characters finally cut themselves on all this edge.
So that's how he gets his iconic scar, from a fucking face full of glass.
Oh yeah, if you didn't figure it out, he's also fucking Captain Alexandrov.
Well,
in the future.
I mean, that was spelt out pretty fucking solidly last chapter, where Jail was just like, "I need to beat you in the future, Dad." But anyway, we see another.
I mean, it's to be fair, it's better than fucking Nick Fury. So
true.
Yeah.
But in a very important line that will come up later, and I do like this bit of characterization, Alan says, "Sorry, Daddy wasn't able to protect you all. As he faces the fucking onslaught of dudes coming at him. I really love Alan. He's becomes one of my favorite characters as this goes on. But anyway, so they say,
fucking,
what? Oh no!
Oh no! His perfect hair. Yeah, back and his hair is still perfect. Yeah,
my hair seems to be in incredible pain.
Attention, duelists! My hair still looks fabulous.
Anyway, so they're all running, and they say, "To the escape route! Hurry!" Verenda answers, "It's
we
impossible."
have one of those.
Yeah, they do. That's what he told them to go to. I mean, it is a military academy. If they didn't have one, I'd be shocked. But anyway,
fair enough.
Verenda says it's impossible because of the nuclear explosion earlier. The electricity has gone out. All cameras are non-functional, but that's not the only problem.
So Minazuki knew about the fucking well-documented side effects of nukes. That they actually send out EMP pulses, which can disable electricity in the surrounding areas. How smart of him!
Oh, that's a thing.
Yes, it is. Nukes send out EMP pulses.
I didn't know that. Well, now I'm learning.
How smart of Minazuki. I wonder if I'm bringing that up for a reason. How smart of Minazuki to know that.
Yeah, I'm glad that he knew this fact, but not the basic knowledge that looking at something.
No. Well, this will be relevant again in a second. Keep reading.
Oh, will it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Awesome. I'm looking forward to that then. So she says, if this continues, Rihito will die. The surgery was successful, but the infusion of genetic material can't be stopped manually. He's already exceeded the prescribed amount. If we can't stop the infusion, he'll exhibit symptoms of rejection and undergo cardiac arrest. Someone please go to the gym and activate the backup power. There's no other way to save Rihito. And that we see
the
his hair
backup
going
power?
away. Yeah, the backup power.
The backup power that also would have gotten taken out by the EMP.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Okay. So when I was reading this, I was like, "Oh, hey, how smart!" Like, I did genuinely think, "Oh, hey, how smart Minazuki knows that nukes send out EMP pulses. That's fucking cool." And then he's like, "Oh, just go activate the backup power." So I guess in Minazuki's mind, it just means like we took out some landlines, and so we don't have electricity, which is infinitely stupider because that means that like the backup power at the school doesn't, like this military academy with a secret underground lab, doesn't activate automatically. It needs to be manually flipped, which is incredibly fucking retarded, and obviously just a way to fucking force drama. So never mind, Minazuki's still an idiot.
Fair. He had one step forward and
then 5 steps back. Yes.
His count went up by 1 and then
down by 5. His count is how many times Size yelled at him on the internet. Like he's in Japan right now going, God, my count's been going down so much lately. How do I stop this?
He's just trying to write the next chapter in peace. What the fuck? What's going on?
Yeah.
So fucking the main characters, because I have no other way to describe this, decide we shall go to activate the backup power so we can remain outside of the rest of the drama. And then they get blocked off by an arbitrary falling rock.
It's just one of those bike generators.
So outside we see that the soldiers have already seized the courtyard. Of course, I love that Sonohara is just getting her hair pulled. Well, fucking
she just have a fucking. She needs to do the Monogatari thing and just have a fucking haircut already. I mean, honest to God, like the amount of time she's been getting pulled by her hair, like it's ridiculous.
Well, fucking Dawan's being beat half to death. Fucking somehow.
Is he? He looks normal to me.
Fuck off. So fucking Alan gets shot. He's on the ground now. So Tokikaze leads the charge outside. But they immediately suck. Because somehow immediately after going outside, Ichinose has become a fucking captive again. So evil soldier man says, "Where are you going, leaving your friend behind? I see. You're not just ordinary brats. You're new recruits here. Then as a guy who's been doing this longer, I'll let you experience how it feels to see your comrade die in front of you.
I am all I am.
Tokikaze fucking screams, "Stop!" And then not Yoshitsune comes to protect her. Genji gets in front. This page looks really dumb. I like this moment, but this fucking
Yeah, okay. How exactly does the fucking gun go from being literally in her mouth to
that's what,
suddenly 20 feet away from her so he can jump in front of her heroically?
And also because like clearly he shoved her back, but that means that the military dude who was ready to shoot her in the face just like
didn't.
stood and watched as this half-injured man came and pushed her back. Like, no, shoot me.
Yeah.
I do like this moment though.
There's a lot in this chapter of just like fucking Minazuki's visuals coming before the story or what makes sense.
No,
to happen.
Absolutely.
And we'll get, I wanted to do like a big thing of it at the end of the chapter, but just like this is another great example of that happening.
No,
also,
definitely.
fucking Travis, like Travis saying, what's more amazing is in this top military school, in a land ravaged by nuclear war, doesn't have military-grade electronics that are hardened to EMP attacks. That's what I'm saying. Like, Minazuki didn't, there wasn't an EMP attack. Minazuki doesn't know about that. He's just saying, like, literally just, like, the fucking power connectors got knocked out by the nuke is what is happening in Minazuki's world. Like, there's the smart thing to do, which was there was an EMP blast. That didn't actually happen. That's something I came up with. In the manga, just like the fucking power, they unplugged the power.
I will say though that like the fucking one, they thought nuclear war was banned forever, so I wouldn't expect them when they're already like struggling to just survive in this world to be like, all right, state-of-the-art equipment everywhere, we need to refit this bitch.
I would at a place literally like making fucking like super soldiers that are fucking critical to the nation's military advantage going
That is
forward.
fair, but this isn't exactly...
Like, of all the places to, like, harden with super security, it would be this place. Which, that's thinking fair. About it now, fucking, like, how the fuck did jail sneak into this place when there should be super security?
He saw the book that he had to push on the bookshelf.
And there were no cameras, no security guards being paid $10 an hour to watch fucking a bunch of monitors?
Well, first of all, like, their operation is incredibly small. Like, it's not like they're... like working for a real big higher up. They're basically more or less rogue to some degree. Like they do obviously have like some financial backing and whatnot, but as we'll see, as this goes on, they had their own plans. But anyway, just to carry on with the chapter, Genji holds the gun to his head and he says, hey.
Oh, that's his name.
Yeah. Genji. Yeah.
That was a joke.
Oh, because she
about how poorly characterized everyone is.
Well, we've heard their names multiple times at this point, but no, I get you. But anyway, he says, hey, I'm begging you, don't kill her. Just not her. Fuck the rest.
Everyone else can die. Yeah. I didn't like connect the dots reading that earlier, but yeah.
Because I've fallen for her, so just don't
She's got her. Nice tits.
Yeah.
Which you can see in the previous panel.
Yes, you can.
You know, where she was being raped.
Edgy, evil military man deciding to do the edgiest, evilest things. All right, then. I won't lay a hand on her, but only while you're still standing. And that is a painful thing. He shoves the fucking gun in the bullet wound and then twists it.
I am all.
I am. Anyway, so while Genji's getting fucking tortured, he can still speak, thankfully. Because, of course, he needs to give his exposition so we remember him as more than a background character. So he says, do you remember?
Remember him? Does that mean he's going to die? God, spoilers.
Whatever. Anyway, do you remember when Schmerman told me to become a knight that protects the princess? I was so happy. I'm an idiot.
I think it was being metaphorical. Shut up! This is cool.
I'm an idiot. Just some low-life garbage before coming here. But you know, you and Suda were always hanging out with me when nobody else did.
Would there be cigarettes in a world with like fucking that can barely like make food?
Well, I mean, Alan clearly has a lot.
Well, yeah, but he's a high-ranking military commander. He's the like street thugs.
That is fair. Whatever. Anyway, so he's being the
crawling in my skin.
Yes, accepting that he has been cuffed.
I need to have just like crawling in my skin, just like on another monitor, just to play occasionally. Yeah.
Accepting that he has been cucked, he says, I know that you're attracted to Rihito, but I want to become a knight. I want to become the knight that protects you. Hey, what's wrong, fucking old man? I'm still standing. I won't let you lay one finger on Saki. So fucking shoots his legs. Get it over with already. That's enough out of you. Die! But then we see cute particle effects that I'm sure will look like shit if the anime ever gets this far.
Oh, you know it. It's going to be fucking Eternal My Master all over again with its shitty world-destroying CGI. It's going to be just like that. Just wait for it.
So the pretty light show floats into the air.
The bubbles.
Do you
bubbles!
Do you get it? Do you get it? Because he changes his name to Licht. And fucking light comes when he uses his powers. Get it? Because Licht is German for light.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so it looks like the whole school shakes as whenever Schmerman uses his powers. But as we've come accustomed to by now, he says, no, what's shaking is us. And we see Jail standing above Alan. Backup power activated. Mission complete, Captain. We see below the school. The heart monitor begins to beep again as Rahito opens his eyes.
Who was dead, apparently, previously.
He wasn't dead, but he was still...
The heart rate monitor's flatlined.
Oh, whatever. He was dead. So the hero now awakens!
I'm joking. It was probably off previously, and so it wasn't beeping.
Oh, I didn't even consider that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see, that's why I'm the prime demographic for this.
Because you just fucking consume product.
I consume product. Now let's give our thoughts on this chapter so we can consume the next.
Oh, and then he opens his eyes. Boom.
Yeah. So I like it.
I mean, again, I'm enjoying it. Now that I'm settling into the groove of just like edgy teenage bullshit.
No, that's what I was gonna say. I feel like once you like go into the mindset of like this is a manga published in a magazine, edgy teenager. It's really fucking enjoyable. Like it's dumb, but like still good enough to like enjoy non-ironically. Like it's not like this is a guilty pleasure or anything, or like this is a shit manga, but it's so like dumb I can't stop reading. It's like, no, it's good. It's just really dumb, but it's almost dumb in a charming, endearing way.
Yeah. Okay. You know? So I was talking to Isaiah earlier this week after I had read all the chapters. Because specifically what had happened was I read all the Plunderer chapters, and then I went at like a couple hours later, I went for just like a fucking walk. And just like, hey, I need something to listen to. Fuck it. I'll put on Mahler's old video about his unbridled rage about The Last Jedi. So listen to that for a bit. And there's a part in the video where he talks about how fucking Rian Johnson, specifically when making The Last Jedi, obviously favored like the scene, like visuals and the scenes he had in mind, and then like stretched and contorted the script to like get him from scene to scene. Like logical consistency in the narrative was always thrown away for the visual or the emotion of a scene, and how that was to the detriment of the show. And I found myself thinking about how much that relates to Plunderer, because there is a lot of shit in here that's clearly just for the visual that just does not make narrative fucking sense to happen. I mean, everyone, the nuke exploding right outside, and then everyone not being blinded by it. And then, fucking later, Alan gets like, the fucking, like, the window explodes and it just happens to create a badass scar in his face. And fucking, like, the military complex, which hosts a fucking super secret underground super soldier project, doesn't have fucking automatic backup power. Like, you have to go to the fucking gym, which for some reason is where the power breaker is, and flip the thing there. And the way that the soldier sticks the gun in the girl's mouth, and then the guy manages to push her 20 feet away without anything happening. All like so many moments of this chapter is great examples of like what logically makes sense to happen in like the world the show's created, not happening because Minazuki has a specific visual in mind.
Definitely.
And so that's why when I titled the stream, I went with the first ace as a reference to The Last Jedi. There's just a lot of that here, which for me definitely is a negative. Like there are cool scenes, the nuke is pretty and is very well drawn and whatnot. But like personally, I'm a fan of. This will sound stupid and like I'm being an asshole. I am a fan of logical consistency in the things that I watch. I like it when things make sense. And to me, that's like if we had gotten this like nuke reveal as a eventual progression of like a logical series of events, it to me would have been cooler than it is right now as being just like a visual set piece. Like when there is that logical consistency connecting everything, that makes the big emotional, impactful moments way more impactful than they are as just a string of unconnected visuals. And there's a lot of that in Plunderer, which is why I don't think I'll ever like it anywhere near as much as I like SNO. Because there, all the the build-ups and payoffs and the cool moments are motivated by characters and are logically consistent one to the other, most of them at least. Whereas here, the vast majority of them aren't.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. Like, I really like the visual of the nukes, and I get why Minazuki did like the whole like, it's right as they're looking outside to be like, oh, gut punch.
Right,
but when you were talking about it, like, not only would it be more realistic for it to just go off, but like a lot more scary too if like they were just in the middle of a conversation and
then a nuke
like,
happened. Yeah,
then a nuke happened
instead of like, hey everyone, look outside, it's a bright. It's almost exactly, you remember that fucking the bonus chapter for SNO where fucking Yoshitsune is like, oh, it's a beautiful day, and while Mikiko's behind him, it feels like that exact like same sort of dramatic irony, but like pushed to the point where it's silly and used, but trying to be used for serious shit. It's like, look, isn't it a lovely day outside? And then just boom. Like, don't worry, everyone, our help's coming right away, and then all the help dies. Like, and again, like when you start thinking about this, like after coming back to the scene, having read the chapter, okay, so all the other countries had a controlling majority of all things, right? That's how they voted to repeal nuclear weapons and to shorten the ban on war, right?
Yeah.
So if they're first of all, if they're going to do this, why not just nuke the school? Because what they want is the ballots, right? So why not just nuke the school where everyone is? Why bother with the commando strike team?
There is a reason for that. It's specifically the core that they talk about, and what the core exactly isn't revealed until later. So they need to keep the school itself intact.
Okay. Again, they had a controlling majority of a device that can do literally anything. Why not vote on like, hey, Japanese people aren't allowed to hold ballots, or hey, ballots like fucking teleport magically to us, or hey, like again, whatever specific rules are in. I assume Minazuki has some specific rules to counteract this. I'm just saying with a controlling majority of voting on a device that can literally do anything, I feel like land some fucking strike teams in a school and shoot everyone and then nuke a random place a couple miles away from it wouldn't be the most logical thing if we knew all the fucking possibilities there were.
Well, the reason why they nuked that spot was because that's where the garrison was for the Japanese military. So that was just to prevent them from actually like seeking help and getting back up.
I mean, that presents a question of like, in this world torn by war where resources are few to the point where bullets are a fucking commodity, would they want to use a nuke to take out like a small military installation?
That is fair, but at the same time, like, if they get...
Why not just a bomb? Like, Minazuki made it a nuke for the visual, but there are just big bombs that would do the job.
That is true, but at the same time, like, given the fact that, like, if they were to get all of the... they could do, like, a whole lot more than they can with only 4 of them. Like, using a nuke to get... because once you have them all, you can just fucking do whatever, you know? So I can imagine in the minds of a military... like a majority military that's just like, let's get this fucking over with fast so we can get ultimate power. One nuke isn't that great of a cost, even if you're limited. You know?
I might agree with that. But like, again, that comes back to if they have not even ultimate power, but just like a lot of fucking power thanks to all thing. I think there'd be like better things they could do with that to achieve their goals than nuking a small military outpost and dropping 2 helicopters full of commandos to go shoot everyone.
Fair.
And again, like, I'm just saying, I'm bringing this up not because it really matters, but because it just plays back into the idea of like logical consistency being completely secondary to the visuals. Like, why a nuke would go off, or if a nuke is the best option for the opposing force to use, is completely irrelevant in Minazuki's mind over the end goal of having a shot where a nuke goes off. And in that regard, I relate it heavily to The Last Jedi.
No, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Even if I'd say I enjoy this a lot more than The Last Jedi.
Well, I mean, yes. And fucking yeah. That's not difficult though.
Yeah, fair. I'm just trying
I mean, at least Sunazuki is like competent with like some things, whereas Ryan Johnson is just completely incompetent at everything. But oh well.
Yeah. Anyhow, it's almost an hour in, and we're still on the first chapter. So maybe we should.
Really? That actually flew. I guess like me ranting about shit, it makes time fly.
Yeah, no kidding.
For me, at least. I don't know about anyone else. Maybe everyone else is like, fucking go.
I mean, it's just kind of normal time for me because like most of our talks result in you ranting.
It's what I do best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 25. Come on, chapter 25.
25.
Let's get on.
Okay. Yep.
The Ace of Flashing Strikes is what this chapter is called. Never mind the fact that it says Flash Baron on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Which really bothers me because this is the same translation team, and 2 chapters ago they called it the Aerial Ace Project, and now they've gone back to Baron for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like, well.
At least be consistent with yourself, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just because I fucking whatever. You guys.
Well, again, they're the kind of people who like read and translate Plunderer, so consistency isn't a thing they're like aware of that exists.
MTO, you guys are doing a good job. I love you guys. It's okay. Anyway, I do like the line that the chapter opens up with too. The legend begins quietly. So this one's yours.
Oh, right. I have to read a thing, so that's right.
Yes, you do.
What was it called last time that we got confused about? Like, this is like a joint responsibility.
Yeah, joint responsibility.
How do you feel? As Shermerman gets up from his bed, fucking looking like just fucking... He looks like how I would imagine, like, Edward would be depicted from Twilight, were he in a fucking manga. Like, he looks like he's in a fucking, like, romance book, and he just, like, had sex with, like, the main character girl. He's
like
disheveled, but also just like a cool guy. Yeah, he's just like, how was it for you? How do you feel? Like, fucking.
That's very uncomfortable, given he's talking to a child right now.
Yeah, well, it's fucking look at the face of him exhausted and tell me that isn't just like a sex face.
No, I get you.
Yeah,
he's very he's very much like a Shoujo character.
Mm-hmm,
that's like, be attracted to this underage girls.
Right. Yeah. Fuck it. Anyways,
I will say that fucking panel of him hitting the ground is unintentionally.
Fucking yeah. What does that remind? I know what that reminds me of. It reminds me of Rim in that one episode of ReZero where she just gets all fucking twisted by the villain.
Oh.
Right. Anyways, Rita goes like, or Sherman like, Farinda, that thing, and then what was he going to say? That thing,
please.
That thing, please? What thing?
Hand me that thing.
Oh, please. The sword. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah. You mustn't, Major. The operations places more burden on you than... It's fine. I want to hand it over I'll do it myself. Hurry up. The children are in danger. And he hands him a fucking sword.
One thing that's really cool is that this sword does have a different design than the one he uses in the present. Because I made a big deal earlier of the fact that... Nana said that the sword that Rihito uses in the present is one that he stole. It's not his original sword. So you see,
I didn't even realize that.
No, yeah, the I don't know what the cross guard has a different design, and the blade is lacking that metallic piece, like the little metallic cover that his normal.
That's
sword
interesting.
Has.
I didn't know that.
No, it's a really great thing because it's something he easily could have just made it the exact same fucking sword, you know, and just been like, they're different. They have different numbers. But he actually made a different design, and I like it a lot.
Fair enough. And he has a long sword. It's a ballot replica. It will amplify your power. However, it won't activate automatically. You have to decide on your shackle and fucking... The sound of silence. In waking dreams I walk alone. Anyways, and engrave your count. What the fuck you talking about? None of that exists yet. Like, it's that sort of thing. Engraving your count is simple. Just say, count authentication, then what you want to be counted, and it'll recognize you as its master. And again, think about that carefully. For now, we have to save everyone. But I've never used the longsword before. That doesn't matter. Indeed, you were weak. You might have been a turtle compared to rabbits like Tokizaki-kun and Doan-kun. But don't you feel it? As he flips a coin, and then he goes, right now, all humans aside from you just became turtles. As Rahito like stares at it in midair.
I do really like that way of like conveying his
like reaction time and like the fact that he
like just
everything
to, like,
goes slow-mo for him now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is cool. Although, really again, great. Where did he get a coin? Did he have it on his person before this fucking surgery began? It's like, oh man, when the surgery's done, if Rahito lives, this will look really fucking cool.
Yeah, he planned it out like,
yeah, I'll put it in my pocket. Yeah.
Put it in my pocket, please.
Again, though, that comes back to Minazuki valuing visuals above narrative consistency. Oh well, whatever.
It's cool. This one is really
That's the point. It's cool. It doesn't matter if it makes sense.
Well, I still think that, like, even in terms of like writing, this is a really great show, not tell way. Like, instead of like him just saying your reaction time is like 500 times better. Look at this. Look at the coin. It's like this is something you could easily miss. Like he just flips a coin at him, and then done. You know?
Yeah. Anyways, when the coin eventually lands, he says, "Whether you've used it before or not doesn't matter. What humans recognize as strength until now is entirely meaningless, because from now and forevermore, nobody can ever take a thing from you again. Go on, start the non-killing army. Walk as slowly as you can until you get used to it, just like gently avoiding the nameless flowers along the road." It's boom! It's like, what is this feeling?
I do like that fucking...
That's a cool line, yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
The shaking stopped. Boom! Boom! This is a pretty page. I like this.
Yeah, it's such a loud page, you know.
Yeah.
You can hear the sound of the fucking earth being scraped. It's great.
Yeah. So everyone looks like, what the hell was that? You go, what the? A flash? Oh, fucking. Yeah. No. And it's. Let me see Rahito. Fucking. This is also a good like way to interject comedy into an action scene.
No, like this is how you like disperse tension properly.
Yeah. Although I have to ask why his footsteps left tank treads.
It's whatever. It's again visual. It's exactly what you've been saying this whole time.
Yeah. Whatever. Surely he would leave footsteps or just fly through the air. Oh,
well, you could say like he was trying to stop himself early, and then he'd like skid across the ground. That's my
maybe that's fair. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. He goes, all the troops, kill the white-haired guy right this instant. And they all fire at him. He goes, Rahita, and then, whoa. Fucking Matrix mode happens. Yeah, exactly. he just looks at the bullet. He's like, wait, what? He looks around, and just everyone has stopped moving. And like Tomoki crawls away from the halo. Which again, I do like. This is a good use of comedy in a dramatic.
No, very much so.
And also just a cool visual. I do like this.
I love how like sheepish he is.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Because this is something new to him, so he's like fucking around and like seeing what he can do.
Yeah, I do like this. Yeah, so like he pats his shoulder, he like crawls away, like Solid Snake crawls away, then fucking gets up, like pats himself on the shoulder, and then he just like he taps the bullet.
And it looks so cute. This is like a really great attention to scene so much.
Although, if everything's moving slow motion, I don't know why the bullet would just drop like that. Wouldn't it stay in the air until he started moving again? Then it would fall from there.
Yes.
Here's an interesting question, actually. In the absence of magic, which this isn't, he's just moving incredibly fast. In the absence of magic, okay, like this is a common trope whenever someone wants to adapt Quicksilver on screen, right? Is this idea that like everything just freezes in place, essentially. But like it's not actually frozen; he's just moving super fucking fast.
No, it's still moving. Yes.
So like. It still carries its momentum. So if he touched a bullet like this, as it's still going 300 miles an hour, wouldn't it still like do the damage?
Well, you can also say the fact that he is like
I'm not trying to nitpick. I'm legitimately curious what the physics of this would be.
No, I understand that. Like that is a common thing where move a missile, or you can like push a
Yeah,
bullet out the
exactly.
way if you're
Yeah,
super
like
fast.
destroy all humans' path to the Furon style time travel, where just like,
Mhm.
or I guess a more contemporary reference for the kids would be like the Breath of the Wild time lock device thing, where you can just like hit something after you've frozen it and it like amplifies the effects or whatever
Yeah,
the
and then
hell.
it gets the physics after, like as soon as time
Yeah,
resumes
exactly.
normally.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm actually curious if we've got any fucking like amateur physicists in the audience. I'm curious what the effect of touching something moving this. I mean, I guess okay. What I think would happen is like the idea. The phrase like it's not the fall that kills you; it's the sudden stop. I feel like the damage of like the bullet piercing your skin comes from like your relative slowness against the bullet's relative speed. And like if the bullet's moving at like 100 miles an hour, and if you're moving at like 5,000 miles an hour, then like hypothetically, I guess you can like move your finger, like your finger is moving at 5,000 miles an hour, and so like the bullet doesn't have time to do damage to you,
Mm.
like or like your like relative momentum versus the bullet's relative momentum is so much greater because you're so much faster that like the bullet is essentially null to you. I don't know. The scene is like bending with my mind to try to figure out like what the actual implications of it would be. Because I think it's interesting. I just don't know what would actually happen here.
No, absolutely, because there's no precedent for a human moving that fucking
Okay, yeah.
fast.
His momentum for
No.
poking it is so much higher than the bullet's momentum, it's irrelevant. Yeah, okay. That's basically what I
Oh,
thought.
okay.
I just explained it stupider.
Oh, all right. Well, there we go.
Assuming Travis isn't just bullshitting us, which he might very well be. I have difficulty imagining an amateur physicist having an Icarus avatar.
Hey,
But I don't know. I figure like they'd have like a
fucking.
fucking like atom profile
I
picture or
mean,
something.
I mean, fucking.
Like
Even
if I went to
people-
college for this shit, then I would absolutely have like a sciencey avatar.
I mean, like even
I'm
people
kidding,
like,
by the way. If I'm making a joke, but
Fair.
yeah.
I was gonna say that would clash with your whole person ever, and you love SNL, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, this scene's cool and I like
I'm a
it.
scientist myself.
What is that from?
Spider-Man. It's a fucking.
Oh, that, yeah.
Norman
I'm sort of a scientist myself. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I love that movie so much.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
Anyways, so he taps one bullet and then it falls to the ground, which is bullshit physics, but oh well. And then I do like the little like finger motions he does. He like taps like snaps bullets almost like bop, 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 and just like taps them and they all go spinning out of control and fall to the ground. He goes too slow, and then it cuts back to real speed. Like so he just deflected all the bullets like a badass. Yeah, exactly. Despite I do like this, like the fact that he's so sheepish and like what the fuck's going on in the previous panels. Well, then as time speeds up, he tries to look like a badass again.
No,
that
like
I do like because fucking no one can tell the difference.
No, it's great.
Yeah. He goes, I see. I'm moving super fast. That's why Sherman Sensei told me to walk slowly until I'm used to it. Ichinose-san, were you? Then he sees they all got their tits out. And she goes, oh, come on. It's not what you think. Our clothes just got a little torn. It's nothing. What are you looking at?
I was going to say that's exactly the same sort of tack that Minazuki treats it.
I know.
That's the clothes just got a little torn.
Yeah, like that's now we're trying to portray this as a super serious scene, but that was legitimately the intention of it in the last chapter. But oh well.
No, yeah, like now they're trying to treat it, and it's still not great, especially after the fact. But it's like that is literally how you treat it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyway,
and then he hugs her like a cool guy embrace, and he goes, "It's okay now. I'm here to protect you." Fucking traditionalist views of gender roles. And she starts crying into his shoulder. And he goes, you people, they all shake again, but not from an earthquake. What were you trying to do to my comrades? As Sherman's killing intent, evil eye, edgy boy thing comes out.
Yeah,
and they go,
it looks
kill
cool
him! Because that worked so well the last time you all shot bullets at him. Let's do it again!
And I love just again like on the first fight where like Rahito went out, just seeing like their bodies like become fucking obscure stick figures as they're like flung across the screen.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Yeah. Fair enough. Anyways, light. Actually, it's licked. And the lights toppled the enemy. And I do like this in the sense that it's like this feels like Minazuki trying to do like a first page of the Bible thing, like and God created light and it was good. Like I feel they need to read it like that kind of like light, and the light toppled the enemy.
No,
But
yeah,
it wasn't a
it's cool.
scary light at all. Just a somewhat idiotic and always perverted. I do like this, like in this middle of this like dramatic action scene, like uses a super speed, like put a coat on her. Like that's cool. I like that.
Actually, it was Tokikaze that did it.
But... Was it? Oh, you're right.
No, look, fucking... you can go to the next page. Yeah.
Why are they all so nonchalant? There's still people like fucking whatever. They were being raped 5 seconds ago, and now they're like, "Oh, look at that!" Like,
bro, we gotta give him his name, dude.
Come the fuck on. Seriously. An attack in a flash, instantly taking down enemies in a flash. So this is like the fucking Solo scene in the Solo movie. I have no one. I have no people.
So I am Han Solo.
Your name will be Han Solo then. Like, why is the writing so bad but the art's so good? The Flash Baron, that's right. And everyone's fucking happy despite the fact that a couple of them are being raped seconds ago and like a bunch of people are dead. But oh well.
It's fine. He's badass, bro. He's the ace of flashing strikes.
Brat, why won't you kill us? Because we're the non-kill. I feel like you shouldn't go around announcing that. Like, I won't kill you no matter what. Oh, cool.
Sweet.
Yeah. Like.
Also, next page, real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What the fuck was this idiot thinking? Like, I know this is supposed to be like a bad. He's got a fucking like 2 knife against a 6-foot-long sword.
Oh my god, you're right. You're fucking right. I didn't. Okay, I thought in my head, because my mind couldn't have possibly comprehended of this level of stupid. I thought Rahito slashed him when he tried to block it with the gun he was holding. I'm like, okay, obviously a bad idea, but like, what else are you gonna do, right? Like, no, in this panel, he literally like throws away his gun, like, useless, and then pulls out his dagger instead. And it's like, come and get some. I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna do it. Like. What the fuck, Minazuki?
It's so good.
How are you so bad at writing?
But the art's so good. I love the fucking like fear of God in his eyes as he's like, I can't even finish the sentence because it's so dumb.
It is.
Fucking walk.
Oh no, this didn't go at all how I planned it to go. No.
I feel like this needs like a fucking like comically goofy scream if it's ever adapted, like just like fucking.
This didn't go at all according to plan. Anyways, then he like smashes. Again, I like the art. I do like this method, like showing his hand, so like good. Fucking like covered, like in a white outline as opposed to a black one. That's cool. I like it. Like it's conveyed a sense of speed and strength and shit. And also like just a flashing strike, you know.
The flashing strike.
It is a literal strike that flashes instantly. Light. Yeah.
He strikes
also, your microphone got worse. Disconnect and reconnect.
Yeah, 1 second.
Or make sure it's not your laptop mic. Are people in chat still arguing about the bullet thing? So fucking, oh well. Say something again.
Better? Is this better?
Yes,
this
much better.
Right, yeah.
Much
so
better.
Basically the fucking USB cable in my mic got kind of fucked. So it doesn't like fit in all the way. So now if I move the table too much, the USB dangles loose and then it switches to my other mic.
Nice. This is a great setup you got going on here, Isaiah.
Yeah, right? That's excellent.
Anyways, fight against killing and against war.
Oh my god. But real quick. I love Daniel in the chat. Like this was just another fucking test. Like the first one with the paint bullets. Like everyone's about to get back up. I'm like, hey, good job, Rito. You did it. That's why they're also nonchalant about it.
Yeah, wouldn't that make sense? Sadly not. From now on, we will fight against killing and against war. For sure, there'll be many painful and sad times, but it's okay. Everyone is here. So Kikaze, yeah. What is that from? Oh, Smash Bros. Yeah. Okay. Fucking yeah. I thought you were gonna make a joke about how like, oh man, isn't like comically tragic? Being like, oh man, like there'll be some sad times, but it's okay as long as everyone's here. Like,
oh, that too.
Yeah, exactly. I thought you were going more for that angle.
No,
anyways, then guy with no name gives her like a pat on the back, like, go for him, champ, he's yours. And Ichinose runs and fucking to his arms and cries and hugs, and everyone laughs and is like, yay! As a couple other like rotting bodies of former students are like 5 feet to the left.
The 2 classes were massacred.
Tone, what's that? With everyone, I'm sure we can overcome them because our non-killing army starts today, after all. And then Genji's here too. What the fuck is the tone of this chapter?
It's whatever Minazuki feels like.
Reality can be whatever I want it to
be. I do like that panel of him though.
It's fine. It's kind of an overdone joke. Like everyone has like a group moment, and then there's the one guy that gets left out. It's kind of overdone, but like my problem with it more is honestly
deathbed helps. I think.
Yeah. The fucking like it just feels totally awkward to go from like a serious dramatic moment to immediately after a big full page spread emphasizing the emotion go from that to immediately like fucking chibi comedy shit.
Fair.
And again, it feels dramatically fulfilling because we just had literally pages ago people were killing people. But oh well. It's like, I'm about to die. And as Hina's like, blood pressure down, which, well, fucking thank you, Hina. I couldn't tell that from all the blood all over his body. You're all looking at me like I'm an old man on his deathbed, huh? And damn it, I still don't have a chance, even after risking my life. He got cucked.
Yeah.
Fucking, sorry, Genji. Next time I'll let you hold my hand. Were you not just being raped like 3 minutes ago? Like, where is this plucky fucking attitude coming from? Whatever.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I forgot how lewd hand-holding is.
Yeah. Anyways. Oh, yeah, and then they do have a thing about hold hands. Hell yeah. Like, risk his life for a hand. It depends what kind of hand. Are you satisfied with that? And everyone laughs because fucking, again, rotting bodies 2 feet away. And the evil military guy goes,
that is pretty funny, guys. Have his hand out.
Non-killing army, huh? All right. As a soldier who's been doing this longer, I'll let you all experience one more thing.
To be continued.
Mm-hmm.
Avgel
0 times thus far.
So far we're good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so this chapter, I really enjoy it. I get what you mean about like the shifting tones. That's 100% accurate. But I feel like as a whole, this is a pretty damn quality chapter. Like there was a lot more like just showing rather than telling. The entire scene of just like Rahito exploring his powers is super freaking cool.
That is cool, yeah. That's one of the places where Minazuki's focused on like the visual before everything else does. Like it plays to his strengths. Really, it is a very cool collection of pages.
Yeah, and even like seeing him use his abilities, like these are some of the coolest ways his like powers have been illustrated so far because he's really like gone into the fact that it's a flashing strike instead of just drawing like he hit fast. It's like it's a blinding, dazzling light as he hits you, which I really like. Just a cool fight. Still feels like really impactful despite the fact it's like way slower scale than like any of the others. And I think it's really enjoyable. There's definitely like pacing and like tonal shifts that are too abrupt for even Minazuki, but it's still really fun, and I like it. I think this is a really strong chapter.
if I take away my issues with like obviously fucking visuals coming before storytelling, which I'm gonna have to just get fucking used to at some point.
Oh
I keep reading this. If I take away that and also the issues like the conflicting tone, I think it's a pretty decent chapter. But again, that is that's the argument like turning your brain off. It's like, hey, it's like the thing that Demo said, like, hey, if we ignore all the bad things, then every anime ever is a 10 out of 10. We did it, guys. Like,
well, here's the thing, though.
It does feel a bit like saying that.
I'm not even saying to ignore the bad things. I just think that like the bad things aren't bad enough to get it away from what's enjoyable about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd say so.
We're still it's not like we're just blocking all the bad shit out, being like, perfect, 10 out of 10. This manga is perfect. Bars,
like Vapor Weeb and
Kino. You know, we're just what in the chat?
Vapor Weeb.
Oh, turtle hair.
Turtle and rabbits.
Oh, I'm gonna have a fun thing about that coming soon.
Oh boy, can't wait.
Yeah. But oh hey Owen, good to have you. It's okay if you're late. But like fuck, where was I? Oh no, it's just that like this is a quality chapter. Like the issues are still there, but it's not enough for me to not enjoy it, is what I mean.
That's fair.
Like I said, this isn't, I don't consider the series a guilty pleasure or a so bad it's good. It's a good series with a lot of problems, but that doesn't mean you can't appreciate what's good about it and have fun with it.
Right. Fair enough.
Yeah. So yeah, next chapter then?
Yep, that's all I got.
All right, cool. One sec. I am just going to read over the chapter count because there are specific ones that I want to have.
Or if you want specific ones, you can just read 2 in a row.
I'm going to have to, yes.
Nice. Cool.
Yes, so I will read 26.
You should just read all of them. That way I can just show up and just be like, hey guys, and then fucking you do all the work.
Hey guys, let's talk about
and then I just complain every now and again. Yeah. That's all I do.
Yeah, but I'll read 26 and 27 to finish off this volume.
Cool.
All right, cool. Just because like I have a lot of notes for 27, and if I have to cut you off like every 2 minutes,
that's fair.
It's not going to be great. Anyway, so we get back to where we laugh off with Evil Soldier Man laughing at their hilarious joke.
Hand holding is pretty funny.
As a soldier who's been doing this longer, I'll let you all experience one more thing. And so he strips.
Jackie, one more thing.
One more thing. Bombs.
Again, I love that you just get all my references. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
That was a reference to an incredibly obscure fucking Cartoon Network show from like a decade ago. And you just got it instantly.
It was the fucking greatest, dude.
It was cool. But like, again, it's so obscure. You just got it instantly. I love it. I love it.
Anyway.
Jade was hot back in the day. She was up there with like Gwen from Ben 10 in terms of like my cartoon crushes. Oh, and Raven from Teen Titans, obviously.
Was that like his niece or whatever on the show?
Yeah, Shaki's niece.
Yeah,
yeah, she was hot. Yeah. Gwen from Ben 10 was hot. Raven from Teen Titans was hot.
Yeah, even I was on the Gwen shit when I was a kid.
Absolutely. And there was a body swap episode with Gwen in it, and I think that awakened some things in fucking 8-year-old me.
God damn it, Ben 10!
Yeah. It's Ben 10's fault. I mean, to be fair, there was a body swap episode in every single cartoon ever made.
That is true. I don't, because I know this was like more of a Canadian thing, but did you have Totally Spies in your country?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because that show is responsible for our current degenerate society.
It's the one show we need the time travel. Like we have Nana send us back into the past so we can kill the guys who are Totally Spies and save our generation. Like the internet won't exist. Everyone will be happy. Trump will be dead. Like it'll be a wonderful utopia, all because Totally Spies never existed.
Well, I mean, like every episode of that show is like furries, inflation, fucking bimbofication, like all the weird shit you see on the internet. It all originates from that cesspool of a show. And I was watching it every fucking week, so you know what works.
if we're going to go back in time and kill anyone, we've got to kill the guys who made Sonic the Hedgehog. Like I think if we're going back in time and killing people for like the humanitarian purposes, Sonic the Hedgehog's got to have like the biggest ripple effect to the timeline in terms of
the Sonic is what keeps me here. I need Sonic I was the Sonic kid from like 5 years old.
You can't say Totally Spies ruined the fucking society and say Sonic
made
didn't.
it better. How would we have a metric for bad games without Sonic?
How would the furry community even exist? How would fucking DeviantArt have thrived back in the day without Sonic fucking porn?
That's different.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's just read the fucking chapter. I'm tired of getting called out. So he brought a bunch of fucking explosives. And I do like that in the second he even fucking tries to threaten him, Rahito's already destroyed the fucking thing. Because that really shouldn't. If Minazuki tried to play that off as a serious threat, I would have fucking laughed.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. But the guy goes, well, I knew that happened. So, are you the captain of this joke called a joke of a group called the Non-Killing Army, kid? That's right. Then, how about this? Somewhere in this school, we've placed a small nuclear bomb. And everyone's like, nani? When did they have time to do that? He says, the retrieval after deploying a nuclear is always a pain. I didn't want to use it, but since it's come to this, you'll all be playing along. The detonation switch, it's inside one of us. Whoops, don't move now. Just a little motion and it'll detonate. Though it's easy to stop it. Just kill all of us without hesitation, so we don't get a chance to press the switch. This is what confused me. I don't know if he means it's literally in one of their bodies or if that was like a typo and he means like one of us is holding on to it. Because,
but if they are, he's so fast he can just go check all their hands individually.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like if
and he says like, don't move or it'll detonate. And then you have to kill us all to stop it.
That's another thing.
Which presumably would imply moving.
I assume he means like...
What he means is Minazuki's trying to contrive drama and cares more about that fact than whatever the fuck makes sense.
There you go. Yeah, you covered it for me. Thank you.
Yeah.
That would have been easier than me having to bullshit sense.
Yeah. Maybe it's like both in their bodies and not at the same time. And maybe it's like, it's got like an AI in it. And so like if he moves to try and just like non-lethally kill them, it'll blow up. But then if the AI sees he's trying to kill people, it's programmed so that it will blow up or won't blow up. And so that makes sense.
Also, look what you've done. You've changed the entire chat to fucking talk about
Yes, I love it. I want our chat to literally never be on topic. I want it all just to be bullshit and memes.
God damn it. It's been science for an hour and now it's Sonic.
Now it's Sonic.
Anyway. So he says, you can't do that, right, kid? That's because you're the non-killing army, aren't you?
This is why you don't tell people you're the non-killing army.
Exactly.
Shit like this happens.
You don't have to do that. We won't go after you. That's why. Just leave the switch and run. Nope. Kill you no matter what. For every person we kill, we'll have 1 day's worth of food. I like to imagine they keep a tally.
Mm-hmm.
Like how do you prove that too? Like you need to have evidence of the body. So like, who shot the nuke? How much days of food did they get?
Well, I mean, they're all dead at that point, so it doesn't matter.
Fair.
More to the point. Does this look like a guy who is like starving, or does this look like someone who eats like 4,000 calories a day of protein shakes?
Well, to be fair, that's presumably. Oh wait, no, this is the start of the war. Never mind. I was gonna say he's probably killing a lot of people, but never mind. No, fuck that. Anyway.
No, he's starving, you guys. Like, he really he's so thin you can see right through him. He really desperately needs to kill people to eat.
It's more for their families, as he brings up in literally the bottom panel. Anyway, he says, if we kill 10, a month's worth. If we kill 100, a year's worth. Something to bring back to our families. Even I have a brat myself, though I lost custody and haven't seen him in 10 years. Why was that needed?
Oh my! The only reason that line is relevant is if it turns out one of these people is like his son or some shit.
Which it's not.
Yeah.
So anyway, if he's alive, He's got to be around the same age as you.
Oh, that's why. Because like the idea of like he doesn't necessarily know his son, but like he's just like you. Would you kill me and then leave him to starve? Because he might be you in another life or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it. Things like falling in love in the middle of a war or a non-killing army. Honestly, I don't hate them. But kid, what happens to those you don't kill and their families? They'll just be killed by starvation, slowly but inevitably, in pain and torment. Which was brought up in the chat earlier. So I can't remember who. I think it might have been Geom. They were like, would you rather die by bullet or starve? which is a fair question.
Mm-hmm.
So it's face me, kid. Listen, it's already too late for this world. This war won't end unless you kill your enemies. Enough lecturing. The countdown starts now.
I'm glad someone said it.
What?
Enough lecturing. Enough exposition. Fuck you, Minazuki.
Rule by numbers. Blah, blah. Carry on.
Yeah.
We'll kill you all and protect our families. What will you do, Mr. Captain of the non-killing army? 10. No, I'm not going to do the countdown. Fuck.
Yeah.
So everyone panics.
Like, do you ever watch Back at the Barnyard?
Yes, of course.
God, I love you. One of my favorite episodes. One of the only things I remember from the show is one episode where the fucking cow gets strapped to a rocket, and the guy doing the countdown goes like 10, 9, other numbers, 1. Like that joke made me laugh so much as a kid. Yeah, whatever.
Fuck yeah, no.
Joke made me laugh so much as a kid, and it would work well here too.
How can I forget the greatest show of all time that featured the legendary Dr. Pig sections?
Yeah, fucking yeah. God.
Anyway, moving on. So Tokikaze steps up and he's like, "Stay back, Rihito. I'll kill all 200 of these guys in 5 seconds."
Yeah, yeah. In
really
1 second, you just hit 2.
Yeah, whatever.
He's got 1 second, and he thinks he can do it.
Well, he's trying. You know, I assume he's gonna go for the captain. It's like, well, better than nothing. I do really fucking love the hesitation on Rahito's faces in these pages, though. You can really fucking see his torment. And then the captain says, 1! And so Rahito knocks the sword out of Tokikaze's hand and then murders them all in one fell swoop.
Literally.
Yeah. And everyone looks on in horror, remembering the actual tone of this scene. The old man, soldier man, pats him on the chest and he goes, "Planked!
Omarewa Shinderu."
No, he literally pranked him. The nuke, there was no nuke. He just wanted to fucking make him kill him. So he said, "That's good enough. Listen well, youngster. Survive in this wretched war." And then
his head falls off. He was talking like a good solid minute. He had cut off head. Yeah, like death. Suguta, like this, the kind of that takes a while to kick in.
Could you imagine if he was just like, he just pushes the switch, like if there was a nuke, he's like, I gave you.
Also, GM in chat, is there a reason he couldn't just have like incapacitated them?
Probably not. I mean,
I don't know. Even you, who's like Minazuki Defender #1, is like, and now it doesn't really make sense.
No, I mean, it depends. Like, it looks like what I'm supposed to, because we know that Rahito can do like his air slash thing, which is what he's done here. Like, he didn't go up to each one and slice each one of their heads off individually. He used his like special.
He might have done.
I don't think, because he's just standing still and he swings his sword. So I assume it's.
Well, that's what it looks like to us, but like he could fucking go like around the world in that time.
That is true. So here's the thing, because we don't know exactly. Like, he's fast enough to react to bullets and like push them out of the way, but we don't know if that is enough.
No. He's fast enough for bullets to literally freeze in midair. Like, that is a different level of speed to react to bullets. Neo could react to bullets. This guy can pause time.
That is true, but there's like probably a few hundred soldiers. No, I know that there's over 300 soldiers here from a later chapter. There's over 300 soldiers here. So the question is, would he have time to murder every single one in that, or
Sure.
knock every single one of them out. Because again, he doesn't know which one. So say you're number 330 in the back.
Okay, if Minazuki wanted that to happen, if Minazuki did that, would you honestly question it?
No, probably not.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, so whatever. He kills them because the plot demands he kills.
Yeah.
Man's head falls off.
The visual coming before what makes sense in the script. Let's keep a fucking
like
tally
the
at this
visual
point.
of the guy's head falling off. That was very important.
The visual of like his fucking literally his head like detaching 20 seconds after
like
would have made sense too.
Like slowly sliding.
Literally Amare wa Shinderu.
Nani?
Yeah, then his head just like falls off 10 seconds after the slash. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've shown you the black bullet in 60 seconds video, right?
Yes, you have. I love that.
I'm sure I have. Yeah.
But also,
Girl's sword slash takes effect after like 2 minutes.
Well, you retweeted that thing that I sent earlier too.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, that was great.
How also very on topic.
Although Ave Jill does have a point in the chat that he's clearly very fucking stressed.
Again, he can pause time and think about this however fuck much you want.
Oh yeah, he could have done the fucking Metro Man thing from.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Metro Man, exactly.
But anyway, yeah, Geom is true. Like speed characters are always written inconsistent like this. Like there's plenty of moments in like a Flash comic where even though
where
he runs
the fact that he has super speed
time
prevents conflict from happening, and so they have to control.
So you still need
anyway.
Yeah. It's just inherent when you have a speedster character.
Like why doesn't Flash run faster and solve the problem? Is the answer to every problem the Flash encounters.
Exactly. Yes. But anyway, so everyone's freaked out and they're worried about how Rahito will take it. But he goes, "Oh, what's this? My head's full of blood. Disgusting!" And he runs off, trying not to like let them see his like how he actually feels, which I kind of like. I feel like there might have been like a better way to handle that.
Oh, absolutely, there was. If he had just like blasted off and then went and cried or vomited or whatever. Well, the fact that we switched to fucking jarring, like fucking.
Well, I get what he's doing because he's their captain. He's trying to be strong and be like, "This doesn't bother me. I'm okay." But I'm not sure if going full chibi was the best way.
It was not, absolutely. Again, if he had just like like hair over his eyes, like the dark scowl, like it's fine.
Yeah. If he just like smiled,
like blasted off and then threw up or whatever the hell, that would work better. This is again Minazuki somehow being completely incompetent at juggling the tones.
The
fuck happened between the end of SNL and this?
He took a break.
Apparently, his he took a break of his senses.
So Hina runs after him.
His senses went to the Bahamas.
Hina went after him. And Pele says, "Are you okay with that, Sergeant? Are you not going to go after Hina?" And Lynn just quietly,
I guess,
comes to the term. She comes to terms that she's been cucked a lot faster than Nymph did, and just lets Hina run
Nymph
off.
did.
Yeah. So Hina searches the school for.
Oh, you meant actual Nymph? I thought you were talking about Hina.
No. I meant actual Nymph. Like, by comparison, she's given up on him a lot faster.
Fair enough.
Anyway, so Hina searches.
Is that what it's supposed to be? Like fucking, I don't like. I guess I can't like be his girlfriend. Is that what it's supposed to imply?
Not just girlfriend. It's more that I'm not the person who can do anything for him right now because this entire arc has been her hesitating and struggling to support him. Okay. So it's her like being like, I shouldn't be the one there.
That's fair.
Yeah, which I do like. It's a nice small moment. But Hina runs after him, and now he's vomiting, and it's not censored. It's just all white.
Which is basically censored vomit.
I don't get Japan. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
So he's
odd.
Flipping out. He goes,
I prefer, if we're going to have fucking wildly inconsistent tones anyway, you should have just gone the Konosuba route and had rainbow vomit. Like, if the tone is fucked regardless, you might as well.
Yeah, I need to see the movie.
It's so good. I really liked it.
I really need to see it, but I haven't yet.
I really liked it. There's the worst thing about the movie was the crowd I saw it with. They were fucking horrible. I hated them.
That's why you don't go to public gatherings.
Every little fucking in joke or like thing or whatever, let's go. Ooh! Like fucking, like
He said
exactly.
Cosmodes.
Yeah, exactly. You make a joke that literally actually happened.
No,
the entire theater clapped
I
when he said
believe
like
it.
Cosmodes.
I believe it. It's
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 so
it's like the
terrible.
fucking like red letter media Star Wars thing, you know, like
Mhm.
ATSTs,
Yeah.
ATS.
I clapped when I saw it. Yeah.
Consume product.
Like, that bit where they're like sitting around in the circle, like, remember the motto, like Disney is corporate overlord. We all consume product. Or whatever the hell it was.
That's me with Minazuki.
Yes, exactly.
Anyway, so fucking God, this scene is really jarring. Fucking. I mean, I do prefer this tone because this is good.
This is the accurate tone we should have had for the last couple pages, but didn't.
So he's freaking out. He's like, I killed someone. I killed. It's just like Doan said. The war won't end until we kill the enemies. And yet I lied. I said becoming the non-killing army was possible. As Hina clings to him and says, "That's wrong, Rihito. That's wrong." But then convenient time travel kicks back.
Fucking God, Minazuki. Like,
back.
God, if we had a conversation, like if they were allowed to have a conversation, the entire fucking history would be different. Like, because time bullshit kicked in now of all times, I guess not. Oh well, how convenient.
I assume it's kicking in now because they've failed to do the thing they were sent back in time to do to begin with. So it's like, okay, you fucked up, come back now. But yeah, no, I get what you mean. Very convenient time.
Yeah.
So even Jail's just like, well, this is goodbye.
Well, fuck it. Bye.
Oh, but yeah, bye.
Yeah, exactly.
And it gives him a solid salute as they fucking. Okay, for whatever reason, he fucking honestly responds, "It's time for us to return to the future," which I feel like
is goofy.
It's time for me to become Superman 4, the
quest for peace. Yeah, exactly.
That
was just a dumb line in general. Like, it's time for us to return home, or fucking anything. Like, specifically just the use of the words to return to the future. Yeah, it's again, Phil of the future.
Too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway.
But anyways, just like the convenient kind of death earlier that took its time, this is the convenient kind of time travel bullshit, which doesn't leave them enough time to have a full conversation, but does give them like a minute's worth of leeway.
Exactly, yeah. Where it's like you can say the cool line, you can give them something to remember you by, but that's it.
Yeah. Also, I just want to imagine that, like, it's time for us to return to the future, and the entire rest of the time he has had this conversation, they're just standing there waiting for it to happen. Yeah. Like, I can't say anything else. I already said my cool line. Like, he just stands there, and the awkwardness of the line, "It's time for us to return to the future," really sinks in, and everyone gets kind of uncomfortable and doesn't really want to say anything or respond.
It's funny though because like that would still work in character for Jail to just be like really proud and like I'm not fucking saying anything else.
Yeah, that's like, I already got the last words. Like, I can't ruin it.
Toki guy's like, hey, what does that mean?
Right? Yeah. I do like the idea that like Jail's now saluting everyone because he like respects them. Bullshit. At the start of the chapter. Yeah. It's predictable, but it works.
I think Jail gets some of like the best like subtle characterization of everyone. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But anyway. So fucking probably just because he looks like Sukita, so fucking Minazuki's biased. But anyway, so Rihito, as Hina struggles to think of what to do, Rihito says, "No, I'm glad it was me. The rest can still make it. That's right. By myself, I'll kill all the enemies. Remember the few volumes? I am all."
Yeah, pretty much.
And
now, before I can take it back, I'm going to do the thing which seals this fate.
My count is the number of enemies I kill in the place of everyone else. And then the star conveniently formed because they gotta have it. And Hina thinks, from the start we were never going to change him because it wasn't regret, but instead his resolve. He's so foolish. Even though nobody asked him to, he took everything upon himself, trying to fight all alone. but he's so kind. Everything is clear now.
That line doesn't work when he's like covered in blood, but oh well.
Well, I mean,
he's such a nice guy.
I don't know. I like honestly, I like the juxtaposition because he got no joy from that kill. He is tormented by the fact he had to take lives. He's in tears, vomiting, like at his lowest point of his entire life. And the only reason why he killed because
okay, I concede. You're right. I'm just saying he's so kind after he killed 300 people or whatever the fuck.
Because it was the only way he could protect.
It's just silly. I agree with you. It's just silly.
Whatever. Anyway, so she strips because I guess
because Minazuki is just really fucking horny lately.
Yeah, he's horny on main, and so is Hina because she makes out with him. How's that vomit taste?
Yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't considered that.
You getting some of his lunch there?
Way to ruin this. Even it's already bad scene, but way to ruin it.
That was
more.
The first thing I thought. Even back when I read this chapter when I was like a stupid teenager, I was like, "She's fucking
Travis and Jay. He's killing them with kindness." Well, way to put a spit on that one. Love it.
But she says, "For me, this person is the one I love." And she kisses him and then puts his bloody, nasty hand on her tit. And she says,
and Rahito has the same reaction as the audience. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Minazuki? What the fuck is the tone here?
What the fuck?
Also, Hina's tits are way bigger than they should be.
Yeah, they bumped up a little.
He wants the visual of like his entire hand like enveloping it, even when like what we've seen it wouldn't be anywhere near that big. But oh well.
Yeah.
The visual is coming above the consistent writing yet again.
The boobs come above the visual.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Keep that in mind. Blah, 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 blah. She's like, you're a pervert, so you should remember this. Blah, blah, blah. Stupid justification for stripping.
Yeah.
You'll kill a lot of people. And someday you'll be alone.
Fucking thanks.
Fucking. It'll go to your thighs, and then you'll blow up.
That's a good reference.
But she says, but don't you ever forget this. After 300 years, I'll be waiting for you. If you're alone and lonely, well, that
means the same thing.
Yeah, and still fight on despite that. I will bear your children. I love how like
here, ladies and gentlemen, we have the debut of Hina's 7th character.
Yeah. Well, I don't think this one, like, her stripping is stupid, but this is more just a outstretched branch from because new Hina is just a very stubborn, determined person whose life, new Hina, old Hina.
Her life can be divided into phases. Like,
it very much can.
We took the first one back because it was defective, and then Apple gave us a new one. Like,
basically, yeah, because she didn't develop very much in this arc. She just changed.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna complain because it sure is hell better than the cardboard. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like fucking Hina, like Baby says in chat, Hina makes no sense. But fucking this new character, even though I like don't understand, like I do not have enough of a fucking idea of Hina's character to like predict what she will do, even a page away from now. But like this, I do. Had this character been written better and more consistently, this page where she's like, giving, like, I do like that look on her face.
No,
like she's super serious stare down while also being, blushing and whatever, but like still like determination fighting back because of that, while also kind of crying. That's a really good face to like, that really conveys her like attitude, even though really the attitude is incredibly inconsistent with her character.
Mm-hmm. No, that's
like I do enjoy watching whatever the fuck this character is more than I enjoyed watching the character I understood in the first 10 chapters.
It was.
Yeah, exactly.
No, yeah. So I
ruled by hormones.
Yeah. Like her stripping is fucking stupid, but her like
resolve.
Her resolve is really good. So again, it's a mix of fucking
she's learned from jail.
Good shit. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, the next page, she goes, I won't let you be lonely. I won't even give you time for that. I'll tag along no matter where you go.
We'll be fucking so much.
Basically, yeah.
You won't be able to think about all the people you kill.
Even when your life becomes a mess, I will never let you be alone. And then she gets erased by the system in the rule.
And he is alone again.
Yeah, and he is alone. So fucking immediately she is a liar.
What a bitch.
Yeah. And then we go to the fucking Shadow Realm so we can.
Oh boy, I've been waiting to talk about this one. Ooh boy, rub hands, lick lips.
Exposition wormhole.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Okay, so Jill's like, where? So they're all floating in a time. They're all floating in the Doctor Who opening credits, and they're like, where are we? And then, seems like we're inside of a whirlpool in the river of time. Seems like we're inside a whirlpool in the river of time.
And I love
even though we arrived there in an instant.
Wonder if it works that way.
Fucking Minazuki doesn't care, and neither should you. Anyways, now that we're here, you want to have some exposition?
Oh the way,
my God, Minazuki, how bad are you at writing? You have to invent time whirlpools to fucking give exposition in during. Ugh.
Yeah.
Kill me.
One thing that I do kind of like is that because they pointed out in the chat, did Hina just reappear topless? Just the shot of her looking fucking pissed, and Lynn's like, oh, not touching that one, and just doesn't bother. But Pele reveals that no, I did not delete some of them. Let's watch the rest of this SD card. As he pops. Oh, my bad. SC card. As he pops it in. Someone said it in the chat earlier, and there's no line connecting it, so it could be in a.
Well, it'd be a backward C then. And that's
yeah.
Right. It's just
stylized. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so they continue the playback, and it's right where they left off. See Nana.
How convenient.
Yeah, there was a decision. Also, apparently, he stole a tablet. I just realized that.
Yeah.
Glad they could afford.
I think that fits. It's just fucking No.
Yeah, if it fits Pele, he fucking carries a satchel of shit everywhere. I can believe he'd rob them. Anyway, so Nana, as she was saying before they got cut off, there was a decision.
Okay, here's a question. Actually, before we go on, how much time was there between the scene where Alan walks in on them and then the school blowing up? Was there any, or was it all contiguous?
No, it was multiple.
Because I have two different criticisms depending on which one's the case.
Months apart.
Really, months?
That in.
And at no point in these months did he ever gather the couple of them together in a secret classroom, hey, let's watch the rest of this shit.
No, he was just fine with it. He was like, whatever. Like I said at the start of our recap, Alan.
The fuck, man? You're cutting in and out, by the way, so you might want to drop and come back.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Minazuki? How bad are you at writing? You arbitrarily cut off the final video with all the important exposition, and then fucking you send the characters to a time void so they can finish watching the important bit of exposition that would have absolutely changed everything they were doing in the past if only they got to watch it. Oh, the irony! Oh, the contrived irony!
Yeah.
Anyways, you were saying there was months between Al and them doing that.
I believe so. Or actually, let me double check that because I know. Oh, no,
okay, if it was even a day apart, I have problems in saying they should have gathered them at some point to finish watching that. And if it was contiguous, then how fucking coincidental is it? As soon as they get back from the school, before they can find any free time to finish watching the video together, that just everyone happens to attack that exact minutes later.
Oh, yeah. Very next chapter, it's fucking July. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So literally months, and Pele never brought the shit up. Okay. Whatever. Whatever, Minazuki.
Well, the one
turn off brain, consume product.
Well, the one you could argue that it was intentional.
No, you couldn't. This is dumb. Admit it. Don't even try to defend this one.
Well, this is too dumb. I have things later to say, but it's big spoilers. But whatever. Anyway. So Nana says the choosing happened. We didn't know that the all things functions not only as a force brought on a what? That we didn't know that the all things functions not only as a force brought on by a majority vote. that when the 7 original ballots are gathered and a unanimous vote occurs, a mysterious power is drawn out. And
Oh man, isn't it lucky the time Whirlpool opened up and showed them a clip of Fujito wearing his fucking mask? Isn't that poignant?
Yes.
God, this time void is so convenient.
Oh, yes. But anyway, we see the Met licked older in front of all of the masks. And I'm going to have a fun conversation about that next chapter as he reaches out to take it. And that's the end of the chapter. So your thoughts on this one?
I do also like more truths are being revealed in the stupidest way possible, but yeah.
Yeah.
This is a dumb chapter. Fucking
dumb.
Like we talked last chapter about how like the contrivances like weren't enough to seriously detract from our enjoyment. Here the contrivances are absolutely enough to detract from my enjoyment.
Definitely. Like Hina, and there
are so many stacked back to back to back amidst fucking incredibly baffling tone decisions and just like a lot of incredibly convenient shit happening for no reason other than melodrama. Like this is actively shit, I think.
Yeah, no, I can.
This is the quality of storytelling that would occur in a much worse show.
Yeah, this is definitely not a great chapter.
Like sending them to a whirlpool inside the River of Times that can have exposition of a thing they could have watched at any point in the last month that would have absolutely changed everything they were about to do. Like that is bullshit.
I will say that like Pele didn't give a shit and like didn't want to change the future. So this could be more of him just being like, well, now that you couldn't get in the way, let's watch it. We got nothing else to do. But
Pele doesn't have like an active desire to not do that. He just doesn't give a shit, like you said. He's not one way or the other, and he might be like, "Hey guys, I didn't delete the whole thing. You want to watch it? I don't really care either way." But he's I don't think he's kind of, at least from what I know about him right now, I know he's like super badass.
What you know about right now, for, as someone who is reading this chapter, this is a fair criticism. For me ahead, I can understand why he did not do that.
Okay, even disregarding that, I think the whirlpool inside the River of Time is a fucking enough.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And Hina strip, and that's the thing.
Hina stripping,
I like
the guy's stupid plan, Rihito not knocking everyone out.
I like Hina's fucking speech that she gives, but the fucking dumb strip is so it detracts from what would otherwise be a really strong moment for her character. Like that is arguably like the defining moment of her character so far.
Well, I mean, it's the only moment of her character so far.
Well, yeah,
so I guess, technically it is the defining moment, but
I mean, like this is where she's really like come into her own.
Only in the sense that Tomoki's first line of dialogue in SNO is his defining moment.
Whatever. Very true. Shut up. Yeah, it's not a great chapter, but
yeah, man, this is shit. I actively don't like this.
That's fair. I wouldn't say I hate it.
Again, if I were reading this chapter to chapter, not for a book club, this would be I dropped the manga chapter.
Well, that's
because this is a lot of bullshit back to back.
Well, that's the first time we've got one of those in a long while, so I'm not too upset.
In like 4 or 5 chapters, but yeah.
In like a stream and a half, excuse you.
I said it quite a few times last stream.
I don't remember. I think you said it like once last stream, not a lot.
Well, there we go. It was a stream ago. It was a couple like 4 or 5 chapters ago.
It was like, whatever, leave me alone. Just let me.
I can count and Isaiah can't. I would be so much better off in this world ruled by numbers.
Fuck off. Fucking Daniel, want to see my character trait, Rito?
Hey, fucking what a great euphemism. I have tits. Anyway. That's my defining character trait.
Correct. Let's go to chapter 27 because I like this one a lot.
Okay.
It's get ready for the edgiest chapter in the series, ladies and gentlemen.
Really?
Somehow.
This is it. This is the peak? Are you saying that so far or like as someone who's read all the manga?
So far.
Okay. Because I refuse to believe it doesn't just get edgier and edgier as we go along.
This is the edgiest one so far. And by a good
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fucking Joan. Big, dense character traits.
Big, dense character traits. Yeah. Her big character development. I love that meme. It's so good.
I fucking hate this joke.
I love it so much. Keep doing it. Never stop.
Oh, whatever. So she says the same thing she said last chapter. So I'm not reading the first page.
Mhm.
And then she says, what the instructors were truly aiming for was... Also, can I just point something out?
Mhm.
These things are literally the Dragon Balls.
Oh yeah, they are.
There's 7 of them, and bringing them all together lets you do whatever.
Yeah.
They're the Dragon Balls, they're the Chaos Emeralds, whatever you want to call it. They're the fucking 7 Dragon Balls.
Yeah, because fucking having 7 MacGuffins is the best way to write a story. That's not shit that, like,
Absolutely.
literally, like, people who like writing stories for the first time fall back on as a crutch.
Anyway.
Hey, what's a good way to like have character motivations? 7 different MacGuffin balls that when they're brought together can like do anything. There we go. That was easy.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I don't. You don't really watch EFAP, right? Like, I've shown you a couple.
I'm getting
of them,
into it. I've watched a few now.
Cool, nice. There was one where they went over the Star Wars leaks, which was fucking hysterical. This is an all around great episode. I totally recommend.
I had that one in my recommended, but I hadn't
it's so good. It's so good. And there's a bit in the stream where one of the guests accidentally calls them like a fucking like Ray in the movie gets like that some like a random person on the planet hands her like a dagger, which is like super important later. And they come back to it. It's like, isn't it just so convenient? She's walking around this place like, here, ma'am, have a McMuffin. And he accidentally says McMuffin instead of MacGuffin. And now in EFAP lore, just like the MacGuffins are called McMuffins now. It's just so fucking funny. So yeah, seven McMuffins, when their powers combined, can change the world. Isn't that just the easiest way to write a fucking story?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, Nona says, let's go back a bit. The war of population too many big words while I'm eating. The war of population diminishment started.
Isaiah, shame on you. You shouldn't be eating during a live stream. We're way more professional than that, okay? Like, I will stand by and listen to your bullshit while you're making me look unprofessional. Don't stop it.
I'm sorry. This is where I must resign. I have to eat a couple of crackers in the middle of this presumably 4-hour-long live stream. Forgive me, everyone. This is where I must cut ties.
We're 2 hours in and not even out the first volume yet. So yeah, another 4-hour one.
Probably, yeah.
Strap in.
To be fair, we spent a full hour on the fucking first chapter.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyway, so the number of people Rahito killed that day was 337. When he came back, he was completely drenched in blood. But still, he gave an innocent smile.
Yeah. Like a line from Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Like, this is a very dramatic, emotional character moment, so do not look directly at my butt.
Fucking, I thought you'd be enjoying this. This is exactly what you like.
Oh no, not the lowly fan service, the Rahito button, the previous page.
Oh, the Rahito button.
Yeah, like remember when the Pharaoh during the most recent episode.
That. Holy shit! Yeah.
Yeah, like this is a very emotional, dramatic character moment, so please try not to look directly at my naked butt. Yeah, no, lowly fan service, we're doing it. This is good shit.
Yeah, there you go. See,
Mizuki needs to have more lowlies.
So here we go. Best chapter in the series, I imagine. Already, you think so?
I think this is the lowliest lowly Minazuki's ever made, and like, also
absolutely.
Like one of the most like fan service heavy moments he's ever done.
Yep.
Like this is like shit that would be in like a lowly dojin.
Fair.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say because I don't read those.
Anyway. It's very true to life if he was going for a lowly dojin.
All right. Well, anyway. She says, I thought my life is an experiment.
All 11 of my viewers are intensely angry at this unprofessionalism.
I thought my life as an experiment was that so I could meet him. By the time I first noticed, I was already a street kid, searching through trash every day alone. But now it was different. I greeted Rahito whenever he came back from battle, and he would hug me with a huge smile. I was.
Could he not wipe up the blood off his face in the helicopter or some shit? Could I prepare like a wet wipe? Like, I mean, seriously now. Like, this is silly. Him going back to like an 8-year-old and be like, "Hi, how you doing?" with like blood still on his fucking face.
Well, to be fair, this is an omniscient 8-year-old that fucking been an experiment all her life. I imagine this isn't that like traumatizing or shocking to her.
Still, like even if I had no didn't give a shit about what the loli was thinking, I'd be like, man, this blood on my face is like annoying. I kind of want it off me, especially if I'm Mojito, who's like incredibly like, ugh, I vomit because I kill people. Like,
True.
I feel like he wouldn't want to be constantly reminded of that, and so at least had kind of a wet wipe or a napkin or some shit in the helicopter.
But it's edgy, bro. But it's edgy.
No, that's what I mean. Like this is again a moment that doesn't make any sense in the plot, but it is like narratively put in because Minazuki thinks we're idiots and can't tell that like he's happy and like faking a smile to make her happy. If he wasn't literally covered in blood,
killing people.
Exactly. Yes. Like Minazuki's a hack.
I do think their relationship is really cute though, and he's like just
whatever. I don't give a shit. This is fucking bullshit. I hate it.
No, you don't.
We do get more like Nana Lily fan service down here, which is also good shit.
Well, there we go. Anyway, she says, but too much of Schmerman's genetic material was injected. As days passed, Rihito changed. So that's why I brought up the point that Rihito looks similar to Schmerman when we first like saw him without his uniform on. That's why he got like fucking twice as tall and like longer hair. Well, I mean, that could just be grown, but like he basically just looks exactly like
Sherman's fucking long hair was part of his DNA.
But yeah, and there'll be another point in the manga that I will specifically draw back to because I feel like it has to be an intentional parallel where you can really see their semblance and it's really cool. Anyway.
Oh my god, I just realized.
What?
Oh god. Fucking I know what he's doing and I hate. Okay. So in this shot we see his sword has 7,238 on it. And you made the point earlier that he gets a different sword later. The only reason he gets a different sword later is so that there will be a battle coming up where like my 56,000 sword wasn't enough. Oh my god, it's my 20 billion sword I lost earlier. And then he picks that up and that's his anime power up. That's absolutely going to happen. That's guaranteed.
You finally realized why I've been hammering your head.
So yeah, that's a bullshit excuse so we can have another power up later on in the fucking manga. God damn it, Minazuki. Learn to be a better writer. This is bullshit. Oh no, I lost my super powerful sword and only have a really powerful sword now. Like, what? Man, I'm dying in this fight. It'd be super convenient if I had my really powerful sword. Oh my god, there it is on the floor. I did it. And then he wins. Fucking.
I can't. When we get to the moment where he does get,
I mean, Isaiah has literally confirmed that I'm right, which is good. But like,
when we get to the point where that does happen, I'm going to edit these two clips. I promise you that because I'm very much looking forward to that. I wouldn't have been bringing it up so much if it weren't different. But yes, anyway, oh, my cheeks hurt. I don't even can read this anymore. Fucking, he's like, blah blah. He got bigger. He starts killing people. He would be dominated by Schmerman's bloodlust, and once the number of his kills grew higher than 10,000, Rihito completely stopped smiling. And I do. As edgy as this fucking is,
what does it mean? I don't possibly understand.
No.
Symbolism.
No, as edgy as this fucking
die, Minazuki. This is bullshit. Like,
no. Listen, I do fucking like that. Like, he's so fucking like
edgy. Is the word you're looking for?
Yes. He's so like controlled by his bloodlust at this point that he's like looking for any opportunity to kill, even if it's just like a fucking insect. And
yeah,
like,
again, it's like it's symbolism, like because everyone are ants to him, and so
I wasn't even looking at it from that angle, but that as well.
Yeah.
Like the fact that he's like fucking like holding his arm back after and like trembling and
yeah, exactly. It's edgy, like yeah, exactly.
It's edgy, yeah, but it's well drawn edge. Is my point.
Yeah.
I can appreciate good art.
The entire manga is well drawn, so that's not a point that comes up in my mind.
Anyway, the girls come and they flash them their panties to try.
The incredibly obvious symbolism is more of a problem. Anyways,
yeah, they flash them their panties. I will say Ichinose has a very good taste in fashion. And she's all like, "If you want, we can get in the bath together." And he cuts her off and goes, "Ichinose, He fucking now towers over her, which I do like. It's a nice visual thing. Whatever. I'm looking for compliments.
Yeah.
So he says, Ichinose, I order you, do not kill enemies. And he leaves her there. So he's grown up from being a pervert and is now become a thought
cucking
destroyer.
girls back.
Yeah. So she leaves him there, or he leaves her there. And one of the other girls who won't be named until several volumes down on the back.
Good going, Minazuki. You did
it. Says, sorry, Saki. Actually, I kind of like Rihito too, but the perverted and kind Rihito who we liked is already gone. Don't say that. It's just not the kind of lingerie he likes. What was it again? White? Black? Some other Pokemon version? I won't give up. Ooh, yeah, whatever. I'm reaching. I'm trying to entertain. It's better than you.
This incredibly shitty chapter is entertaining enough.
I like this chapter.
Anyway. So you say.
So she says, "There's no way he's gone." That's right. Just a bit more. This line's dumb though. If we just find the kind of underwear he likes, so we finally see
with the dramatic dead leaves.
The dead leaves that were by Nymph's chest have returned. We see him in the school, reaching out to grab the mask. After that day, Rihito put on that mask and never took it off in front of others. He had no choice but to continue killing alone. Fuck off. Thinking so, everyone in Class A appealed directly to the instructors. After investigating the genes of everyone who was still alive, beyond Rihito and myself, we identified 5 others that were compatible. And thankfully, they're all relevant characters that we know well.
I know, right? And not like the background character, like C or whatever the hell that we saw a few seconds ago. Wouldn't it have been a shame if like the characters we didn't develop were like this blonde girl right here standing behind Ichinose in the panty shot? Wouldn't it be a shame if that was the girl who got all the fucking superpowers, who doesn't even have a face?
But yeah,
it's so shitty, right, Egg?
The other aces are the Blink Ace, Sakai Tokikaze, the Heavy Ace, Doan Taketora, the Ace of Pursuit, Sonohara Mizuka, and the Blast Ace, Captain Allen. So now I need you to go back to all of these pages so I can go over the cool, badass symbolism between all of their masks.
Oh, I'm sure.
No, I actually think it's really neat. So I actually did a lot of research. So for those who don't know, these are No masks. Nose is like one of the oldest form of theater in the world, and it comes from Japan. And basically what they would do is that each mask would symbolize a character or a character archetype that you would wear so that the audience would know who you are. The one that Licht wears, the like one with like the blood teardrop, as well as the first mask that he wore, because they're just modified versions of the same mask, let me get my notes up so I pronounce them right. It is an Okame mask. Now, Okame, go to the page with Licht so they can see it. The Okame mask is one of the most like generic No masks. Like it is basically just it is a plain woman is what it is described as. It can be any sort of female role, and the only thing is that like their expression is tweaked depending on like what sort of role they're meant to play. However, the word Okame is Japanese for tortoise.
Boo.
Because he's the tortoise in the hair. He's fast, and that's why he's always called the tortoise. And the tortoise wore the mask in the book. He's wearing the tortoise mask, guys.
I didn't even make okay. In my head, Sherman was just telling that story because he's like fucking evil or whatever the hell, and like just edgy. I didn't even make the connection that like he like fucking the turtle in the story becomes super fast, and that's what happened to Rihito.
No, yeah, the turtle is literally where and that's why he said I'm the magician, because the turtle drank the magician's blood.
I hadn't made that connection because I know the actual like the story people actually tell, where like the turtle doesn't just become magically fast; he just wins because the rabbit's lazy, which kind of makes this whole metaphor thing fall apart. But oh well.
What if fucking Daniel Licht was a plain woman?
Oh my god, it's all so obvious now. I like the comment earlier where it's like, oh man, now we're gonna rub off some Tokyo Ghoul, speaking of 13-year-old Edge.
Fuck off. um, where was I? Oh, and it also represents long life, which fits because he's like immortal. So I just thought that was neat. And now for the other masks. So the one that Tokikaze is wearing is a type of Menyori, but the specific one
Does it have a
is a
mustache on
menpo.
it? What is that?
So these masks are
It's
worn.
like Groucho Marx. Like, yeah.
These masks were worn by samurai, mustache and all. They would usually have mustaches and goatees. Some were full faced. Those are called menyori. Well, this one is a menpo, which only covers half the face. I don't like know all of the history behind it and what it's supposed to represent, but it both provides some sort of protection and gives them like an intimidating figure. So of course, because he is the samurai, as they've called him multiple times, and he wields a katana and everything, it's only natural that he'd have that. Doan over here.
I'm glad you pointed that out. It's been so subtle up till now.
Oh no, yeah, of course. Yeah. See, thank you, Vaporweeb. Isaiah tries way more than Sai.
Absolutely.
As if that was.
I make no the ifs, ands, or buts about that. I don't give a shit.
Yes. So Doan, or one sec, Geom. It's cool and all, but I loved if Minazuki started a chapter introducing these masks and their symbolism, only for it to come back now for us to fully understand that. I get that, but at the same time, like I'm looking at it from the perspective.
I can't tell if that's a joke or not. Like, I feel like that might have been like an allusion to our discussion earlier about how like only the relevant characters got fucking masks.
Yeah, it might be, but even if
that
it's
might have,
like,
I'm not even sure if that is a joke or not. If it's a joke, it's a weird joke, but like, I think it might be.
I think it might just be literal, but
like, oh man, wouldn't it be so convenient if we had a whole chapter dedicated about masks earlier and what they mean, so that when this scene happens, we understand.
Here's the thing: is like you also got to look.
I think it might be what he's saying. I'm not sure.
It might be, yeah, but you also got to look at it like from the perspective of like the target audience, which is someone in Japan. Like it's not like this was made for Westerners, nor it took years for it to even get released in the US officially. So like
that's the thing. Like okay, Yahtzee made this point in his Octopath Traveler review. That the name Octopath Traveler, which sounds fucking stupid in English, might sound really cool in Japanese. And when he explained it, I'm like, oh man, yeah, it's literally English for 8 paths. And like, be like, oh man, you're so cool. That sounds so smart. And in English, we know it's just fucking like a bullshit title. I'm wondering how much of this is like, you're like, oh my god, it's the symbolism is so deep. And everyone in Japan's like, yeah, no, this is fucking obvious and incredibly heavy-handed and dumb.
It might be, but at the same time, might be, yeah.
It's like how he says in the review, like it's like fucking mérite glabrou du donde or whatever the fuck is like sounds really impressive, like in like a French dish cuisine thing, but it sounds less impressive when you know the actual translation is like turds and dog shit.
Fucking Travis in the chat. One of those chicks in the panty shot should have had dog panties, and that's why lick.
Boo. Should have been Sonohara wearing the dog panties. That would have been funny.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it might be like stupidly, blatantly obvious.
Trite
but I think
in
it's
Japanese,
neat. I think it's neat as someone who's like coming from outside of the culture and like
Fair
actually
enough,
had to do research to.
That's
like,
what I'm saying is I can't
this.
gauge if this is actually cool or not.
I also think like just the concept of them wearing no masks is really awesome. Not only because like you could look at it in the sense that they're pawns in this war, just as actors, like in a play. But also that like they are literally historical figures to the people of Alcia. So it makes sense that they would be represented by these masks that fit their archetypes. But moving on, Doan there has the Haida mask, and the Haida mask is it belongs to like
because he's evil.
No, it is not a demon mask. Actually, it is a mask of a man, of a middle-aged man, but it is specifically a soldier, a veteran soldier who lives for battle. Like they will quite often like spend the entire play doing nothing but fighting and die fighting. There is a variation of this mask though, where it is like the spirit of a soldier who has died with regret, which is closer to a demon, but I believe this is more closer to the Haida variety than that one. But even the other thing will also fit as we learn more of Doan's character. Anyway, next page. Sonohara's is really easy. She has a female demon mask. What is it called? Shikami. Shikami is Alan's. Ja, the Ja mask, which is the mask worn by female demons. Specifically, though, they are women that are driven to a state of like anger or jealousy, or that bear a grudge and become demons as a result, which fits Sonohara because of her like crazy alternate personality.
That's literally her character, yeah.
That's literally her character, yes, where she becomes like a psycho obsessed with Licht. And then Alan over there, he has the Shikami mask, which is the mask of like an angry, fierce god. I read that it is like literally the embodiment of like male rage and like agitation,
Toxic masculinity.
Basically, which one fits him because he's always fucking pissed off. But also, the name of this mask comes from, at least partially, a lion, which fits because Jael is often associated with a lion in imagery, and Jael is Alan's adopted son.
But a lion behind bars.
Yes,
Maybe he
but a
wants to
lion behind
take down the
bars.
lion and put him in jail. Get it? Because his name's Jael.
Because his name's Jael. Because he's taking down the system.
The symbolism is so deep, you guys.
But anyway, I just thought that
Ask
was
me
really
what
cool.
it means. Ask me what it means.
And also, you can't see it very well in this chapter, but there is Nana's mask because they don't show her holding hers. But in a previous chapter, you could see it next to Rahito's. Hers is a Saru mask, which is just a monkey mask. But the reason why that's important is because
She's
that is
black.
not. What the fuck? Whoa. Okay. Calm down, buddy. Yo. The reason why that's
It was right there. I couldn't not. It was so obvious.
I apologize to everyone. But the reason why that's actually important is because not only is that mask commonly used by young children, but the Saru mask was one of the first no masks made, which works because Nana is a prototype. She was the first ace.
Nice.
And then if you move on to the next page where we see the mask of the 7 unknown ace, it is very similar to Rahito's mask. It is specifically a
generic character that no one knows.
More or less, yeah. It is a ko.
It's not hard to guess what the symbolism means.
It's a ko omote mask. Specifically, it is this is an unfinished version of the mask. The mask has not been painted in yet.
Mizuki couldn't be bothered to make another character yet. We'll see him later. Then he can be asked.
It actually does fit later when we learn their identity, because the fact that this is like one of the more generic no masks that can be used to play a variety of characters fits the sort of character that the last ace is when we learn about them.
I mean, if you're like, I presume from the way you've described him, it's the guy who can change his face, and that's his fucking ace power.
We shall see. But anyway.
Yeah. But you didn't hide that very well.
So you think. But anyway.
We shall see.
We shall see. I think you'll be surprised. But anyway. Yes. So yeah, it's a cool way to use for a character that we don't know yet. They could be anyone. Because the mask could quite literally be anyone. But anyway, so those are, we now know 6 of the 7 of the aces, and the 7th is still a mystery. Nana says, I don't know the last one. Their missions were different from ours, so I don't know their name or face. But in any case, Rahito didn't have to kill alone anymore. Or so we thought. Rahito was our captain and commanded everyone not to kill. And above all, he didn't allow Tokikaze on the front lines. I learned about it later. Rahito was a street kid like me. He was picked up by Tokikaze's grandmother and raised by the Sakai's as family. So yeah, as I pointed out earlier, they are not blood related, but he was taken care of by them, which is important.
Also, Tomoki's last name is almost literally Sakurai.
Yeah, Sakurai, Sakai, I know. Tokikaze, Tomoki, he looks exactly like Tomoki.
Sonohara.
Sonohara, he's
Jael.
not trying, but whatever.
Yeah.
Jail. Anyway.
The fact that he's not trying is blatant. Thanks.
Just like I considered Rahito's returns important, Rahito considered Tokikaze as someone precious. So Tokikaze
His
alone.
returns. Just like I consider Rahito's taxes important, Rahito also considered his brother important.
Rahito wanted to protect Tokikaze more than... But once the number of his kills grew above 100,000, Rahito
Yep,
was
it's a fucking bullshit sword. It's gonna come back and save everyone later.
overtaken by Schmerman's bloodlust. So this is how Sonohara lost her arm and got Robo arm. Rahito
Oh, is that how
cut
this
it while
happened?
she was trying to eat lunch.
Oh no!
No! And then-
Not the
so he went-
food.
So this is when he went full psycho.
Uh-huh.
But here's a really cool thing. At least it's edgy as fuck. You're gonna laugh, but I think it's really. So the next page. After that, Rahito was no longer
He's
a
chained him like
person.
Alucard from Helsing.
Yes, but here's something that's interesting. After that, Rahito was no longer a person. Outside of deployments, he was heavily bound for safety. During deployments, he was given drugs and dropped into enemy territory.
Not a specific
Have you ever
drug, just
wondered-
drugs, general.
Drugs, yeah. Have you ever wondered why Rahito's cloak has a bunch of stupid fucking belts on it?
Because it was used to like keep him in check.
No,
And then at no point in the last 300 years did he ever take them off.
No, it's literally a straitjacket.
Uh-huh.
And that's why it's all like splotchy, because that's the dried blood over the years. So it's not just stupid Kingdom Hearts bullshit why he has belts. His cloak is a straitjacket.
It's bad writing bullshit because he hasn't changed clothes in 300 years.
Right, shut up. Listen. Okay, so, in fact, if you go back to the first chapter, you can see that his cloak was a lot more tightly wrapped around him until David attacked him and slashed it open and cut his hair. And the specific line that Licht used there was, "Now I am finally free."
Ooh,
So
what does it mean?
I think it's neat. I think it's because it's never explained to you that like.
That's fair. I do. If they had to do it like that, I do like that it wasn't explained.
No, yeah,
Like,
it's
something
never
you can
like
pick up.
it's just something that you have to pick up because everyone
Right.
that I've told that to did not realize it. So
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
fair.
really it's
Yeah,
it's
I hadn't realized that either.
Like it's stupid edgy, yes, but as
Oh yes,
something for,
absolutely.
like, a
That he's
fan-
like wearing a straight jacket.
yeah, but as something for like someone who's paying attention to notice,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a really
fair.
good detail by Minazuki.
Here's a question: if he was in like a psychotic bloodlust, why do they need to drug him?
They drugged him to like direct it, and
Did they?
Yes.
They did. They didn't. They just drop him and like let him casually kill everyone nearby. They couldn't direct it.
or maybe the drug would like sedate him over time or whatever. Like it's just to make sure they could pick him up by the time he's done. You know. Well, no, because we know that specifically these drugs bring out his killing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's what they use on Sonohara.
But like he's already got a shit ton of killing intent, so why the fuck do they need it aside to establish it? Drugs. And guy's bad, they give him drugs.
Drugs bad. Don't
Yeah.
do drugs.
Again, more so than
Once-
this being something that they needed to do. I feel like this is just like a very ham-fisted way of being like his actions were directed by the higher ups, and that he wasn't thinking in his right mind. They gave him drugs.
No, definitely. But whatever, you know, it's bullshit. Like, there's plenty of fucking like mind controlled in comics all the time, and no one makes an eye at it. You know, it's generic evil drug. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's dumb, but it's not like if I were to read that in anything else, I wouldn't think of it. You know. But we could only follow Rahito's order.
Again, it feels
all
like
understood
remember what
it,
we said about Chaos not being able to like kill Hiyori, and like how I thought that was like Minazuki specifically trying to write it so she wasn't directly culpable for Hiyori's death.
Same
Like,
thing. Yeah.
I feel like this is just like trying to shove the blame more onto the teachers than Rahito. Like he's already got killing intent, but if they drug him before that, then oh man, the teachers are the ones really doing it.
Yeah. No, that's fair. But anyway. So none of them they listened to him not to kill people because they were afraid that if they ever that, then Rahito would like everything that he'd done would have been for nothing, and he'd never return to the person he once was.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get fucking edgy crying page of the handsome characters. If this shitty war would just end.
With their perfect hair as they cry
Their
dramatically.
perfect hair.
Yeah.
Robo arm. Their
Mhm.
count's only 36. Try being more persistent, bitch. Anyway. Blah, blah.
He does got like 100 billion right now.
No, he's killed over 100,000, so we can presume
Yeah.
it's over 100. As the instructors said.
I said
if we
100
could
billion.
Yeah. If we could just gather the original ballots and pass a resolution, then surely the old Rahito would return.
I forgot about this page. I forgot how fucking stupid this page. Guys, don't you get it? She really did try. She went through mountains of underwear, very conveniently all placed into frame and not organized in any way, trying to find the one that reheat the. Do you get it? Do you get it?
This is where the
oh my god, Minazuki!
Went.
How the fuck is he so bad at writing all of a sudden?
Again, visuals before actual writing.
This is just like stupid though.
Yeah.
This isn't even a good visual. It's just dumb.
You know, could you imagine like Minazuki sitting there like, all right.
This is what I would do in a cartoon if I wanted to show this happening.
How am I going to show that she's really been trying to find enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wouldn't this be so much more tasteful if it was just like not like just her in the mirror in the underwear and like it's supposed to be like imply that's what she's thinking, like rather than having
or
mounds
even just like her you can still have like a pile of clothes,
or how about her wear it like fully dressed and it's like with two coat hangers and each one has like a different kind of underwear on it or whatever the fuck.
I was gonna say
it's the same basic idea across in a less fucking goofy manner.
I was gonna say, if you still want her to be like trying on lipstick and stuff, an easy thing that you could do, similar to like how we had Minos like laying around with like beer bottles all around him,
right,
just like have her sitting in her, let her. You can still have piles of clothes, obviously not to this, but like have her room be a mess, like just everything thrown around,
right,
as she's like trying something on and like looking in a mirror at herself like that.
Fucking Daniel in chat.
What? Let me look.
Guys, help me with my finances. $4 food, $200 rent, $5,000 underwear. Please. Also, in a world that fucking people can't afford food, I guess lingerie is fucking abundant.
Well, to be fair, now that they're in the military, they're making. So
who's selling underwear in the post-apocalypse?
Maybe she's stealing them. I don't know. She's plundering them. Plunderer.
Boo.
Anyway, blah blah blah. Can boo this page
I like
later.
the joke, Daniel.
Yeah, no, I did like that joke. I forgot about that meme, to be honest. Moving onward.
That started with the All Might Twitter account, right?
I don't know if that's how it started, but there were a ton. Like I remember one I really liked. It was for like the Pokemon games, like the Ruby and Sapphire, and it's like, guys, I don't know like how to budget this game better, and it's like 7,000 on trumpets.
What?
Because you know how like, did you ever play Ruby and Sapphire growing up?
Yeah, of course. You must have. Yeah,
like the sound, like the GBA soundtrack for that is like mostly just like trumpets.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Like the fucking like think of the music from like Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. It's like all trumpets.
I guess.
Basically.
Yeah.
And I love it. Granted, they're heavily synthesized trumpets.
Yeah, I was going to say like it's most of it like it's all like fake recreations of actual music. Like it's still like chiptune.
I still love them though. Like
and I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying the trumpet stroke didn't really work because it's obviously not actually trumpets.
Whatever. Anyway,
I prefer the All Might version where it's like, help, my students are starving. We spent $20 billion on combat robots and $5 on chairs. The fuck do we do?
No, that was really good. Anyway, so they got the 7 Dragon Balls back, and then Jail goes, 7? Why 7? And because he's realized the thing that they all should have realized fucking 2 years ago. That's right. Why didn't we notice it then? To end the war, we only need 4 for a majority. But why? Why did we need all 7? If we just realized it sooner, we could have stopped it.
If we hadn't been fucking idiots, we could have stopped it.
A unanimous vote produces an unknown power. A perfect utopia that the instructors wished for.
Also, Hina being topless again ruins the fucking drama of this scene.
It's Synapse, guys! It's Synapse!
No, it's not.
They're making reverse Synapse.
Mm-hmm.
It's not literally Synapse, but I like this. Fucking, just like how fucking Althing...
This is the second time Minazuki's destroyed the universe.
Yeah, just like how Althing is their version of the rule. Alcia is humanity's version of Synapse. It is made from fucking... It's a floating continent, like goddamn Angel Island. Fucking Sonic the Hedgehog.
Fuck, way to ruin the seriousness of this scene. It's like Sonic Adventure 2, guys. You guys don't understand how cool this is.
From Sonic 3 and Knuckles, excuse you.
I don't give a shit. You think I've played the Sonic games?
This fucking blew my mind back in the fucking And everything immediately makes sense. Why is flight research banned in fucking Alcia? Because it's a fucking floating island. If you go off of it, you
couldn't someone just go find the edge?
Shut up. Althing probably stopped them.
I love that, like, I thought about it for 2 seconds, and you were like everything makes sense. And I thought about it for a second, and like, wait, this doesn't make sense. You're like, shut up.
I imagine that Althing. I imagine Althing probably.
Yeah, hand wave away, magic, whatever.
It's a very easy hand wave. But anyway, wire counts fucking. Well, they'll explain that soon. I won't spoil that. But I just think that this is really good imagery. Seeing chunks of the earth like fly into the air to like form the mega continent. So fucking cool. Anyway, that was what the instructors were aiming for. First, the various countries were heavy with people, so 1,000 seeds were made citizens of the New Althea. I'm sorry, I'm getting tired. I did 2 back-to-back, and I shouldn't have. And once that was done, a culture was thoroughly snatched away. The people who knew of the true nature of the Althing were expunged. Next, by unanimous, why did I say ununanimous? Oh my god. By unanimous vote, new land was created 3 kilometers above ground. Furthermore, by unanimous vote, various resources were taken from the surface. Plundered, you could say. Without fuel, neither airplanes nor helicopters could fly. The people of the surface would not be able to invade Alcia. Why do they have fucking... So I get this page, like, show all the people. Why do they include attempted rapist in, like, the cast call?
Yeah, good point.
I get everyone else.
Like, oh man, like look at the happy world. They're also a rapist. Yeah.
Yeah. I look at this. All the people. Sister Greengrocer. You have Pops reuse. Pelmo, rapist.
Yeah.
Anyway, Alcia, which was created this way, was now absolutely governed by assigning counts and condemning to the abyss. Excessive population growth was prevented. In order to keep anyone from knowing the truth of Alcia, the research of light became a capital crime. And those who went against it were completely subjugated by the army, who are given ballot replicas. And just as they discuss the thing appears back on Jail's hand. Timing!
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right? Isn't that convenient?
This is Alcia. A utopia where a chosen portion of humanity could war. But on the surface, which was abandoned for Alcia, what few resources remained for like food, were taken, stripped bare, and the land was made stripped bare.
I liked that Minazuki didn't trust us enough to realize this was a bad thing, and so put a child crying to really emphasize the fact that this is bad.
Yeah. Back then, I was still a child, and as a side effect of the vote, had convenient plot coma.
Yeah.
When I woke up, everything was completely changed. They said we moved locations because peace had come, and I believed that. Mizuka's heart broke because of the trauma of the long war separating her and Rihito, and didn't know anything about the vote. The other aces all approved of the vote, but among them, only one of the barons opposed it fiercely. Yes, it was Tokikaze. Cool page of him, by the way.
Yeah, that's fun.
Tokikaze stole one of the original ballots and tried to say about what was happening. But Althea's preservation required the unanimous vote to be what's wrong with me? Required the unanimous vote to be sustained. Naturally, a pursuer was sent after him.
This is great. This is fucking
get like 30 needles jabbed into him.
Do you get it? Do you get it?
Of enemy for you, you monster. As he's fucking like literally foaming at the mouth. I really hope they like comically voice over it. He's like,
this is so stupid. Again, it's Mizuki having no faith in the audience. Like, do you get it?
Look at all the needles, bro. Pointed in fucking his neck. Seems like it wouldn't be that effective.
Yeah, no, it seems like the arm would be better, but oh well, I gotta have that fucking visual storytelling.
You can figure it out, right? Yes. Rahito's regret was neither that he Rahito's regret was neither that he killed, nor that the non-killing army could not be created. Rahito, with his own hands, killed Tokikaze. At that time, a hope appeared.
I'm sorry. I read that as a hoe appeared.
Rahito,
I'm so sorry.
who was continuously, don't worry about it, we're not taking this seriously much anyway, who was continuously dominated by Schmerman's bloodlust, returned to his sentence for the first time. But that was too cruel a reality. He saw the family that he wanted to protect more than anything had been killed by himself. His comrades were not chosen for Alcia and would be abandoned. Everything was his fault. Farenda's just... You're right, a hoe did appear.
Yeah.
On his fucking suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Also, she has the bullshit jetpacks thing that Sonohara's wearing.
That Sonohara has, yeah. I mean, if you notice, Rahito's boots have them too. Mm. And those are the boots he still has in the present. It's just that they're dirty and beaten down. Mm. So theoretically, he could too if it wasn't fucking shittily maintenance. Anyway. I'm sure
Mizuki Rahito will be like falling and he'll be about to die because he falls into the abyss at one point. And it's like, good thing I was wearing rocket boots this whole time, which have never come up before now, but which are suddenly useful. Like, that's the level of writing we're operating on right now. Like, the point where I would not at all be shocked if that happened.
It's going to be, and guess what else? I have a third count on the boots.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, he totally will.
They're for every time I jump.
Oh my God.
Anyway, so
this isn't even like jokes anymore. This is shit that might legitimately happen at some point.
He's never activated the rock.
At the moment, the manga's still going. Give him time.
56 chapters in. We'll see if it happens.
I would believe it. I wouldn't be shocked.
I thought he'd been asleep, but I was wrong. Licked was
no. It was at that moment where Hito's heart stopped.
I read that already, and then I went to.
Did he? Okay. Fucking, he was so overcome with grief that his heart couldn't bear it. He just fucking died because he was so sad. I'm so sad. Fucking.
But I wonder why his flesh didn't rot. And 20 years later, breath suddenly returned. Rihito, who had come back to life, frantically searched for news about what happened to Class A afterwards. And on that day, he found one record. It was that not long after, everyone on Class A took their own lives. They had taken many orphans. God, you really can't stop layering it on.
It's so sad!
They had taken many orphans at that school. But in that dead land, existing food supplies were limited, and it was almost completely snatched up by Alcia.
This is okay. Again, EFAP lore. Are you familiar with the Dawn yet?
No.
Have you had that explained to you? Okay. In Captain Marvel, there's that fucking bully asshole guy on the motorcycle who like comes up and is like, "Hey, you should smile more. I'm the Dawn." And he's like, it's like what I said about the old Hulk TV show have an asshole come in and like be an asshole for no reason. EFAP at one point made the case that like he didn't actually do anything. He just told her like, "Hey, you should smile more often," which is like something you might say if you're trying to flirt with a girl or whatever the hell. And for that reason and that reason alone, Captain Marvel beats the shit out of him and steals his bike, which is literally what the Terminator did in the first fucking movie. And they made the point that like, man, what if the guy, the Dawn, was like the super heroic guy? Like, what if he raised orphans and like this is like he works a dead end job, but he just keeps going because he just loves his kids that much, and his wife left him a couple years ago. He's been trying to rebuild things, and basically along those lines. And just like the line, they'd all take in orphans in that school. It's an attempt to make it seem like this fucking like they're just perfect bastions of humanity. Like just oh my, it's so stupid.
That's where the Dawn came from.
Yeah.
Anyway, in order to save the children. In order to reduce the number of hungry mouths, they had taken their own lives.
That's what the Dawn would do.
And then they returned to the present. And if you notice, so here's the one thing.
What a convenient flashback hole that was.
Yes, however,
We have returned from the backstory dimension or wherever that was.
While that is true, it was something that Nana consciously did because her count is down to 2. It was 7 when they left. So, like, each one of the flashbacks she showed, as well as the trip to bring them back, was her actively using her count. So even if it is still dumb, there is a reason why.
I thought it wasn't that like the number of people she sent back.
No, remember her count on her cheek is limited. Mm-hmm. It's just how many times she can use her power.
Right, that's what I mean. I thought like it went down 4 because she sent 4 people back to the past. Or it went down 5.
Yeah, there was only 4 of them first of all, so that wouldn't have worked.
Okay,
and then if that's how it worked, then it would have taken like another 5 to bring them back, and she would be.
Well, I presume it's like it's like when you buy airfare, like the ticket price includes there and back.
That's how time travel works.
Yeah, yeah. Mizuki's writing is so shit. I'd buy it. I don't know.
My point is, either way you slice it, even if that's how it worked, she was actively using her power to show them all of that. So, whatever. She says, that day, Rahito and I fled from the army. Sorry for showing all of you this. Sorry for showing you all this so suddenly. Back then, the pursuer was coming so quickly. There was no time. It's fine. You couldn't change anything, right? That's fine. I just wanted you to know. Okay, I bet you're all exhausted. I'll make a big deal.
If she didn't actually give a shit about them changing anything, then why did she bother? Like, why not just tell them if she just wanted them to know?
Well, one, as she said, like they were being pursued at that time. Like there was the face changey dude outside. And
so then, what the fuck did they do? What did she do if she sent them all back in time after the army was at their door?
Less people for them to chase. Rahito's super can't carry all like 7 of them. So Nohara can fly. Rahito can carry Nana. Easy escape. Not so much, especially when Jail is still in the middle of being conflicted about whether he wants to turn them in or not.
Okay,
obviously,
fair. I'll leave that one then.
I'm going to say you can obviously write other ways for the situation, but for her, it's an easy solution, and it comes with the added chance of them being able to change it and stop this all from happening to begin with. So whether they were successful or not, it benefited them in the moment, you know? Yeah.
Also, is it not weird that when they fucking like land in the grass, Hina's not there?
What?
Like we see a shot of her like Hina's not there when they land in the grass on the last page.
Look,
when they come out of the time void, she's not there. And then she only appears when she's walking dramatically in the fucking garden or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, but I assume she's just behind them, further back.
Seems like that would have been a thing to show, but oh well.
Whatever. Anyway, she finally got a cloak on. And she asks, "Where is Licht?" And I'm going to be calling him Licht again now because in the Japanese version, she does still call him Licht. Rahito was only what they used in the past. Anyway, beautiful double page spread. Him like standing there. She thinks, oh man, I love this. What should I say to him? Like pulls off his mask and looks back at her. It wasn't your fault. There was nothing you could do. It was the war that was evil.
That's a Tristan line right there. It was the war that was evil.
You didn't. No, nothing like that. Then
that'd be stupid.
I can't save Rahito. She says, Rahito.
I know this will be smart. As a contrast to the stupid things I just thought of.
Let's continue the thing from 300 years ago. Super cute looking. I will say.
Yeah.
Right here.
Also, her boobs are more like reasonably proportioned now.
Yeah, now they're back to normal.
Yeah. Variable boob core strikes again.
It was the time travel. It altered her. Anyway, so that's the end of the chapter. I actually really like this chapter. Also, everyone in the chat to answer some questions.
My suspension disbelief is absolutely at an all-time low at this point. Minazuki has earned 0 benefit of the doubt right now.
Even though it's spelled Althea in this translation, it is Alcia or Alshia, however you want to say it. Because that's the official English translation for it. In fact, when Minazuki tried to write it out in English, he put it as Althea. So, We're obviously not doing that, but the official English, both the anime and manga, use Alcia, so that's what I'll be using. Or Alshia. I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced. Yeah. Let's see right here. Haha, Geom thinks you're being nitpicky. But anyway, thoughts on this, buddy?
Oh, there's so much dumb shit. There's so much dumb shit.
I think I don't know. Like it's stupidly edgy, yes, but I like it. I like it. I like seeing.
It's not terrible. It's not as bad as 2 chapters ago.
No, definitely. I like seeing how Licked changed.
There is literally fan service, which is good.
Also, you mean 1 chapter ago? You like 2 chapters?
Was it? Whatever.
Yeah,
Whenever I said like I would have dropped the manga at this point, I didn't.
Yeah, that was 26. We complimented 25 very heavily.
Anyways,
but yeah,
the chapters feel so long. So there's lots of dumb shit like him like crushing the ant, fucking like the pile of underwear.
I'd say that's the one really dumb.
Like they all took in orphans and then killed themselves because they're such great people, and then that made me look even sadder.
I mean, yeah, it's saying orphans is unnecessary, but they do later sort of expand. It's more just that they made like the area.
I mean, I guess most people in a post-war environment would be orphans, but like,
yeah, like either way,
silly.
Like, we know that they are nice people, and I wouldn't put it past them to like try and look after people. But yeah, the line is obviously be like, isn't it sad they killed themselves for the orphans so they could eat?
Yeah.
But
because I'm sure a bunch of orphans be able to feed themselves a lot better than a bunch of orphans being looked after by a bunch of adults.
Yeah. But like even with a lot of it being dumb and like edgy, I'm still at that point where it's not like I'm reading it. I'm like, oh, this is so bad. I'm like, I
don't know. The page of him being stuck with like 20 different drugs and one in the fucking forehead's pretty dumb and bad.
I kind of fuck with that page. Not gonna lie.
I don't like. Again, it's an incredibly heavy-handed way of being like, they're the bad ones.
It is super heavy-handed. Same time, this if you get jiggy with the fact that this manga is like super over the top, I find it very entertaining. And again, I'm not saying like turn.
I'm not quite there in terms of like getting jiggy with it. Then.
I like this chapter, and I just like seeing the lore all come together. Like finding out what Alcia is super satisfying, especially like it's a solid payoff to the mystery. Everything set up about the world makes sense. Why are counts are bullshit because they're not meant to be a way to benefit society. That's literally to curb the population and keep it small enough to support. Getting sent to the abyss is just getting dropped to the fucking shit barren world that's left so you can starve and die. If flight research is banned because you'd leave the country and find out everything else about the outside world. And just like as like someone who follows Sorono Atashimono, it's just a really interesting concept to think like, what if humanity had its own like limited take on Synapse? You know? And like it's
well, okay. Knowing the motivations behind all of this, I have to ask again. Dealing with a device where you have like literally can do anything, like surely, if there are better ways to control population than by giving everyone bullshit counts that like increase their power for no reason. And surely they're like, okay, you said earlier, like, oh man, all thing probably stops people who are trying to find the edge, but I guess they wouldn't if you just like had a fucking like shitty ass like plane to fly over. I guess all things powerless against that. Like, I feel like there are better ways to accomplish this than the fucking, okay, so we're gonna have everyone have a count and it'll give them power, but if it drops to 0, then they fucking get sent to the surface world below.
Well, it's not, counts themselves don't give you.
Don't they?
No.
What the fuck? What's the point?
I just told you.
I guess
keep
just
population and find a way to.
Okay,
into
well,
this
what's
world.
the point of having like star stakes and like if you have a lower count, you have to obey me?
Well, a star stake.
Why would they
Counts
program that
themselves.
rule into the fucking all thing? How does that benefit Elsia?
Fucking. Well, I mean, one, it does help significantly for the military because it detects.
What did you
But
say? You cut out.
oh, I said like, well, we know it's a big part of their military because it helps to like determine ranks and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
But like, I get where you're coming from because a lot of things
I mean,
should be more
where I'm
fleshed
coming
out.
from is basically that like Minazuki came up with what it feels like Minazuki came up with like an awesome edgy world to be in with like power systems built into it, and then wanted to have an explanation for it later, and the explanation didn't quite line up. Like it's like Horizon Zero Dawn, where they started with the end goal of having a world of robot dinosaurs, then had to work back to write a story about why it all happened. Like,
Fair, but
except
I don't know.
unlike
I
here,
think
Horizon Zero did it better.
I think it makes enough sense here. Also, Daniel, Jail has powers because he has two ballots. Those are his gloves. Those are expressly been stated to be his ballots.
Mm-hmm.
And as we know, like the ballot replicas are what give people. The only exceptions are aces, who are already superhuman because they're synced with Althing at a genetic level, Merman, and so ballots instead act as amplifiers for their abilities,
Right.
which is why they can multiply their ballots counts.
Right. Fair enough.
Yeah. So I get what you're saying, and I do think that like obviously there are be expanded within this to fit more, but I think it's still like a satisfying explanation as a reader, and like to after wondering so much about this world to have like such a cool dramatic way to is really awesome. No, he didn't have the gloves in the past. They expressly showed that his black gloves disappeared, Daniel. That's why when
Because isn't it more convenient that way?
he tried because they didn't exist in the past, so he couldn't bring them with him. His
So the clothes they were wearing didn't exist in the past, and they came fine.
Yeah, but fucking whatever. My point is, like, they
wouldn't it have been funny for all of them just to appear naked?
In this chapter, there was yeah, that would have been. In this chapter, there was specifically a page
Fucking
where
Terminator.
you can see Jail, where you can see Jail get his ballot back. So he didn't have it with him. But anyway, yeah, no, like what Guillaume said, count is just like the value person. You know, at the end of the day, they don't really care what the commoners are doing because those at the top of Alcea are benefiting no matter what, while keeping the population down. So they're fine if humans are just viewed as numbers. The world is ruled by them.
Okay, if your end goal is like reducing population, surely you do the thing you do in Mass Effect 2 with the Krogans, where you just like make everyone infertile except for like a 1 in 1,000 chance, or like you like have all thing like kill every second child born, so only like one child per person policy. Like, if you're a government sitting down trying to figure out, okay, how do we like if we have superpowers, how do we control population? I feel like everyone gets a number, and then people who drop below 0 are killed. Is like not the first thing you would come up with, but it is the first thing you come up with if you're Sue Minazuki trying to write a cool, badass, edgy fantasy world and trying to explain it later.
Fair. Anyway, we're almost 3 hours in, and we only just first volume.
Yeah, no, we're gonna stop here. We're not doing second volume. I have work tomorrow at like 6 a.m. I can't do another 2 hours of this shit.
Damn, like, only a single.
We've got on excessively long this time.
That's
also, we said before, like we have way less chapters of Plunderer to read through.
That is true.
I don't feel bad only going like if we switch to one a week or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad place to stop either because we finished the time travel.
Yeah.
So
back in the real world, and Hina's naked.
Yeah. Well, sorry to cut it early, everyone. Well, it's not cut. The amount of content is early.
Yeah, no, like I mean, we're 3 hours into a stream. There's no denying there's content here. Like this is insane.
So for next stream, should they just read volume 8, or are we gonna try and do 2? Or
honestly, next stream's up in the air because like I work both days on the weekend next week.
Oh, okay.
So I won't be able to, or actually, let me see what times I'm working next week. As I know I'm working both days, but I might get off like in time. Let me see.
I also have Friday off this or I might not actually. supposed to, but I feel like I might have to work.
What happened to all my shit? Maps is just blank for no reason. Well, that's my calendar's just blank for no reason. Might work on my phone still. Also, I never got to play the Sound of Silence. I'm sad I didn't do that. Let's see. Okay, no, so I work till 4 on Saturday next week, so I might be able to do it then.
Cool. Let me double check that I have Saturday off.
Yeah.
Sure.
I work till 11 on Sunday, so it would have to be Saturday if we want to do it again next week.
Yeah, no, Saturday is the one day off I have.
Okay, cool. So we'll do it Saturday next week. But again, like the exact time and shit of these streams.
Oh, wait, shit. Oh, fuck. Hang on.
Oh, no. Oh, God, no.
I might actually have a party to go to on that.
Ooh.
I just remembered.
And now you have to choose. Choose, but choose wisely.
But I also don't know what time the...
Presumably it would be at night. That's when most parties are.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
Yeah.
Because it's still up in the air, and people aren't very good at communicating. Believe it or not. So we'll see. I suppose we'll try and shoot for it.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Like I said, though, like the fact that I don't have infinite free time anymore means these streams are going to become like more regular as we go on. So like we're cutting the stream short today because I don't have infinite free time. We might have to do it on like a different day because I don't have infinite free time. So yeah, it'll just have to be whatever works. And sorry if we can't keep to like a strict schedule, but again, we're not taking this super seriously at this point.
Yeah, it's fun. But
yeah, I agree.
It's not like this is
like everyone's in the chat like making fun of me for nitpicking the story, but honestly, I'm finding fun doing that. Like, I as like a writer and someone who like creates things, am super into world building as a concept, and so seeing the complete and total lack of it here is like entertaining and like a Schadenfreude away to me. Like that's where I'm deriving enjoyment from at the moment.
Fair. And Daniel, don't worry about it. Like I'm so upset. Like I mean, Sai Pierre's my fucking best friend, and he nitpicks like everything.
Yeah.
And you're not even nitpicking. It's fine to like, as I said. There are lots of genuine flaws to this.
Yeah. I mean, some of my things are nitpicks, but I feel like most of the stuff I bring up was like actually genuine writing flaws.
Yeah, I'd say a good 60 or so % is genuine. Maybe 70.
Yeah, there we go. I'm happy with that.
Yeah. But yeah.
That's a passing grade with a C here in America.
Sure is.
I'll take it.
So yeah, we'll try and shoot for next week.
But you might just have to. You guys might be stuck watching the VOD if we have to do this at like an irregular time on some random day where we're just both off.
Yeah. If we have to miss 1 week, then it's fine. You know, not the end of the world, but we'll try. So instead,
except in Elsia or Japan or wherever the fuck it was, it's the end of the world there.
Yes. So for next stream, just do chapters 28 to 31, I guess. We'll just do volume 8.
Yeah. So I feel like it'd be better to switch. What do you mean, no?
It works just fine. I was fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, Isaiah's having to repress his Sherman personality to like fucking stop him from going kill crazy at the thought of not being able to get the twists he wants in Plunderer for like 2 weeks.
Exactly, yes. Whatever.
I have to contain my urge to kill Sai!
It'll be fun though. We'll
indeed.
So yeah. So 28 to 31 is your time, guys.
Cool. That works.
Looking forward to it. Hopefully it'll be Saturday. If not, that's my.
Honestly, I'm less sad about. I'm not even like that sympathetic about the idea of ending the stream early because I feel like there were definitely some of like the SNO book clubs where it was like 90% us just reading the manga and going, that was cool. Next chapter. But we got like a lot of discussion out of this one volume, which I think is like the important part of the live streams.
People Isaiah return.
No, you're fine.
Oh, it's because of the fuck elf.
Oh, that yeah, because you're like I can't contain urge to kill. That yeah. We got a shit ton of discussion out of this chapter, which I think is the point of the book club.
The
fact that we ran long, I think, makes this one of the better episodes. Honestly,
Yeah, there was debate, there was examinations of things,
which
there
is
was,
the point. So
yeah, it
yeah.
was more book
I'm
club,
not even
less
sad about it because
audiobook.
that, like, the fact that we had to cut it short just means that we had a shit ton of quality content to get through.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not even like, oh, I'm so sorry, guys, we fucked up. Like, no, we did awesome.
Oh, yeah, we did.
We did
You
the
know,
thing we were supposed to do. We did it really well this time.
when you word it like that, hell yeah, I'm really excited for
Yeah.
the fucking next one
Fuck
now.
this manga. It sucks.
Fuck you, it's great. See you guys in the next one when we get back to the super big flashy fights and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stall for another couple seconds because I'm not on the page where I can end the live stream.
Okay, yeah. Well, gee, we sure learned a lot here today.
Yeah, we really, we came together as a group and we learned, I feel like a better person because of the shit we did today.
I have something to stall with. I have something.
Okay, please go ahead. Yes.
So tomorrow, they are airing the first 2 episodes of the Plunderer anime early on Funimation's YouTube channel. They're going to show the first 2 episodes of the anime, live streaming it at 1 p.m. Pacific time. The only problem is that they're only doing it for like Ireland and the UK and New Zealand and Australia. So if you're from any of otherwise, you can use a VPN to lie and get to see it because that's what I'm going to be doing. And me and Sai, I'm forcing him to watch it with me tomorrow. After he gets back.
I found the
work.
button.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Yeah. So I recommend you guys find it online afterwards so we can all tear into it and see what they did to my baby.
Oh, we'll absolutely discuss the first episode of the fucking anime on the next live stream. We have to.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you guys very much for watching, just as we hit the 3-hour mark. And yeah. See you guys next time in the Plunderer Bookclub.
Yeah. Bye-bye.